Check 1, 2. All right. Just doing a quick check, Dale. And now, live from the Man Cave, Studio B, deep in the heart of constitutional Livingston County, I'm not Larry. I'm the host, with my co-host Scott here. It's a May the 4th versus May the 5th.
Fourth versus the 5th.
4th versus the 5th tonight. That's the discussion we're going to be having. So, welcome everybody. Of course, it froze up over here like it does. Looking good, and... Oh, wait, I gotta go.
You're a gay fish.
He's a gay fish.
There's the gay fish. And look at that, Scott. Both of my Zooms worked
Hey,
today.
they work. I wasn't over there, that's
Dude,
why.
that's why. You weren't messing with it. See if this thing's... I should have given you this. I don't know if I'm on Facebook over here. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Usually it's Teddy or it's you that monitors Facebook. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Larry's not here. Teddy's not here. Patrick's not here. So I drafted Scott. I was like, dude, you got to come sit down with me. Actually, I tried to get the whole band.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But they were lame, so it's all good. Actually, Matt never responded.
Did he? No, yeah, you're right.
Matt never responded. He just hoed me out. But so we're gonna keep it a little bit lighter tonight. We'll do a little bit more of a Sunday type deal, free for all, whatever. But it is a rant, and welcome to the show, everybody. Make sure you hit the whatever the hell it is, a thumbs up over here. I know on Facebook we got stuff going. Scott's a guru now. I'm gonna draft. He's doing stuff for the band, but I'm also gonna draft him for. To start doing stuff for the podcast. I'm just going to go, all right, bro, what's up?
Get it together.
Get it together, man. I'm just, you know what?
Slacker.
I'm good at the hosting. I'm okay at the tech. And I suck at, I know what needs to be done, but it's doing it.
You're the planner. You're the director.
Dude, there's times when I'm halfway through a project and I go, man, I should have set up a camera.
No, you get halfway through a project and you go, oh, man, there was that other project.
That's the other thing. That's a reason why. Yeah, definitely. What do we start with? I don't even know where to start tonight. It's we gave the announcement. Oh,
Dinner. There she goes.
What the hell is that?
Oh.
We were away and there was something going on, and I just remember thinking it was like...
For the first time, my Facebook is already unmuted. Is that what's going on?
That's what it was.
Wow. Okay.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
See, I'm not over there.
Dude.
It's what it is.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm on mine. These are some of the competitor podcasts that are popping up in my feed now.
Of course.
I don't care.
We got to pay for boosting. Get them out of there.
Dude. Yeah. It's ridiculous. All right, we'll see if we get some chat. I do have it pulled up over here on that window, and I got this window pulled up over here. Squirrel? Thanks, Dale. Squirrel. Yeah, I didn't even cook dinner tonight. There was nobody here. I couldn't coax you out to the Texas Roadhouse.
No.
Do you like the Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the rolls are phenomenal. Actually, a funny story, when my wife and I were first dating, I met actually my future mother-in-law and my father-in-law at Texas Roadhouse. But when we first went on our first date, I stole the steak knives. I took two of them, and I still have them. They're in our drawer. We carry them everywhere. We've never lost them. We still use them.
Oh, how dare you?
And my mother-in-law freaked out because I was bull riding at the time.
Yeah.
And I walked in,
And
her
had a couple
daughter's
steak knives?
dating a bull rider, and I walked in and took my hat off and, shook her hand, and she freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh,
We've talked a little bit about that. I want to get into some of that, definitely, talking about your bull riding experience and some of that stuff. I don't want to dive into a bunch of stuff. But so we went to Texas Roadhouse. Mom wanted to go, and she's like, oh, you don't have anybody in studio? Or none of the regulars? And I'm like, yep. And then I tried to draft you. And there's, of course, start of the show, and a damn stink bug starts floating around
it's a
here.
government drone.
Dude, have you ever looked at them like just before you kill them?
Yeah.
And they're like this little shield. That's the shape of their body. And they land, and then they do this little. And they're like looking at you like, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Oh, wait.
I censored it. We're not
That
before.
doesn't matter. It's
I
still
was
an
close.
F-bomb.
It was close. It was close. I'll take it. Let's see. I adjusted your camera. Now I got to adjust my camera since it's just the two of us. Let's go right about there,
There you go.
and I'll save it.
Yeah.
Save it. Save it.
Yeah,
Hopefully it works.
Roadhouse is good. I wish we could have went. I really do.
I got the 6-ounce fillet.
Oh, come on, man. You're at Texas Roadhouse.
I got the 6-ounce fillet and the 3 shrimp and the potatoes and the corn, and I ate a half of it, and I brought the rest home. So that tells you.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at the tomahawk going, God, I bet that it tastes just phenomenal, and there's no way I'd get past like 10
We're going
bites.
to do the tomahawk.
Oh, we're going to do tomahawk here. We're going to videotape that.
Yep.
You got the new gimbal you
I
were
got
playing
the new
with?
gimbal. Yeah, it's actually over there. But
Yeah, that's sweet stuff. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. Obviously, for you guys out there in Ann Arbor, well, I guess it would be all of it. Scott's the newest member of the band, Single Barrel, and getting up to speed every day.
Every day.
Every day,
Every day.
except for when you're driving 28 hours from Texas.
Well, it's 26, but I'll tell you, on the drive, you have a lot of time to think about leads and scales.
Okay, so you're
and
still
I'm
mentally,
still
yeah. You know,
trying to get up to speed.
a lot of the mental stuff is more important. I've done a bunch of studies and looked at a bunch of technology. There was this one where they had glasses with the lights, and then you had the headphones tied to it, and it would put you in whatever the sleep state or the sleep waves. You weren't asleep necessarily, but the sleep waves. And then they had all sorts of stuff. You could do scripture, you could do different trainings, and they took a group of kids, and they had one group of kids that practiced 5 days a week, hockey, and one group of kids that practiced 1 day a week, but did the 4 other days with the glasses and the headphones sitting in a thing.
Right.
The kids with the glasses were better. By
Really?
the end, yeah. After just a few weeks, the kids with the glasses, because it was training the brain, so then the body just automatically fell into place.
Jimi Hendrix and the SRV, look out, man.
Dude.
Give me some of those glasses.
Right?
I know they use it for PTSD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it retrains the
retrains,
brain and everything like that. And it's pretty sweet. The only other thing that's I think I've discussed it with you about PTSD is the mushrooms.
Yeah.
There's
I've heard about
some
that too.
psilocybin and some
Yep.
other stuff where they do it, in a controlled environment. You don't want to do it.
Well,
but-
it's controlled dosing too.
Correct.
It's not
yeah, you're
eat a
not
whole
just
mushroom cap and
exactly.
there, have two.
But they're having phenomenal success, and of course, pharmaceutical then wants to figure out how to synthetically make it so they can patent it. But
Right.
they're having phenomenal success on that, on those
they are.
levels, helping with PTSD. And it's not some of the other stuff where, like a lot of times, the government cure for PTSD is to just numb the person up so they don't feel anything, and that's
That's the whole medical field in
yeah.
general.
No, it's like
Not all of them, but the vast
well,
majority.
you put a Band-Aid on it, and
yeah,
and,
put a
and-
Band-Aid. Don't fix the problem.
Exactly. We can, it'll calm down the symptoms. I'm like, I don't want to calm down the symptoms. I want to be better. I want to
Yeah.
know what the problem is, And that's part of the issues. All right, I have to do it. I have to do it tonight.
Disclaimer.
To get everybody up to speed. Let's see, I got to do this first. Don't pay attention to the screen flickering behind me. You ready? Ready?
Oh,
Flicker.
wow.
It's the exact same desktop. So I have to like pay attention when I don't have the projection because it doesn't work anyway. So let me get to the right screen over here. I'm just the two of us, and you'd think I'd have this down better. Notice this podcast is raw, unfiltered, and completely politically incorrect. We say Merry Christmas, Pledge of Allegiance, especially the part about one nation under God. Thank our troops for their service. Thank you, Scott, sitting here at the table with me, and those of you in the audience. We recognize 3 genders, male, female, and mentally ill. As adults, we enjoy adult beverages. I am the only one tonight. Scott is 26.
26 years sober.
26 years sober. Awesome stuff. Awesome sauce. We cuss. We do not curse or swear. Look up the definitions, please, for the love of God. And speaking of the love of God, we love Jesus but hate religion and religious hypocrites. If any of this offends you, I don't know why you even tuned into my show. Just move on. Just
Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Just go away. And with that, Scott, I don't know, do we just skip right to the end, or is there one that you wanted to do? Or we just go to the end?
No.
Did you want one? Did you want one of your own?
No, you're good.
Okay, let's do
You
this.
cover it.
Let's see, I undid that. There it is. Never, you guys start with me. You ready? Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
And I think that people out here would do well, if you're watching, to understand that apologies do nothing with these monsters.
Apologies do nothing with these monsters. That, of course, was Steven Crowder, and he said that during an interview with Alex Jones, because once he started, they were going to come after him no matter what for the Sandy Hook, even though he had nothing to do with it. But once he started saying, sorry, I didn't even mean to say what, he had 2 guests on there. There's like only 17 minutes of actual footage of Alex Jones dealing with Sandy Hook.
Oh,
surprisingly, as much as he's all into all the conspiracies, all the stuff like that, there was only 17 minutes.
Huh.
And it was like 6 years later that they went after him. And it's all bullshit. It's all going to get thrown out. It's all going to get overturned.
They got bored. They had to.
Well, they wanted to destroy him. They offered him. He's been talking about it because they just switched over. They're no longer Infowars.com. It's AlexJonesLive.com.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because they literally just shut the internet off. The receiver for the bankruptcy
Really?
just stopped paying the bill. Wow. And they have to pay it once a year. They pay it up front. It's a monthly, it's a monthly, what your monthly fee is, but you have to pay it at the beginning of the year for that 12 months.
Oh.
In one lump sum. And they just were like, we're going to pay it. So they moved to the other studios and just turned the machines on there and hooked them up. So anyways, it's a crazy world out there. Crazy world. I don't need any of these other windows open. Dale, how we sounding over there, buddy? Give me some feedback. And I know Tim was talking about chiming in. What do you think? May the 4th? May the 5th? Or May the 4th be with you. You got to say it with a lisp, or it doesn't sound right. Cinco de Mayo, or you said, for the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah.
I like those
Because
better.
that's in reference, to Star Wars.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole
Now
thing.
it's Revenge of the 5th.
I barely ever post other than when I do the show and stuff like that, or something really like I really feel important.
Right.
So I don't do a lot of Facebook posting. But yesterday, obviously, I was like, yeah.
Oh, I do. I know you barely post. You see me all the time.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, okay. But I think about a lot of stuff, but I don't post a lot of stuff. That's why I have a show.
Yeah, I don't have filters on my fingers, so if I post something and it ticks somebody off, I don't care. Whatever.
One of the things that bothers me is when you do post, you get the negative people.
I used to argue with them.
And that
It's
was
not worth it.
I would argue, or I would read it, right? And I remember watching, who was it? Billy Bob Thornton or Joe? It was somebody was interviewing on Joe Rogan, and they were talking. I think it was Billy Bob.
Probably Billy Bob.
And he was talking about it, and he's like, nope, because he's got the band and he's got the movies and everything like that, and the TV show Landman is phenomenal.
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
like that one?
Oh, dude.
Dude.
Phenomenal.
So he, but he said, yeah, you post and you walk away. You don't go back and read comments. You don't even feed into it. And I'm like, I get that, but like when people post or when I post, that's part of my Achilles heel is the negative. I can tell somebody to go, take a flying leap. It's before 9 o'clock, so I'll say it that way. I don't have a problem with that, and I've learned to ignore the naysayers. But when people take their time to leave a comment, I always like to go back and at least hit a like button or a heart or something on there, just to know that, let them know that they saw my post and took time to, type something in, and I go back and go, all right, can I do that? Now I don't always catch it every time, but that's one of the things that I do. That's why I'm like,
That's why you gave me a social media
yeah,
side
because
for the
I'm
band.
like, because I'll be back checking it out, going, did I make sure I acknowledge that person? But that's me. When I walk into a room, or somebody else walks into a room, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I'll do it. I'll say your name out loud.
Yeah.
And I've had people where they'll walk in and I'll say their name and they go, what? I go, just acknowledging your presence, and I like to do that. It's just a thing that I have.
Well, it'll be good too for us on social media, and it's always good. And I'm just speaking in generalities, but I'm speaking for the band.
Yeah.
On social media, when a band or a singer who you like and admire and follow replies back, it's like you met that person.
It's huge, dude.
I mean, we could be.
Yeah.
We're not rock stars. I get it. Right?
Yeah.
We're not living a life of luxury, but there could be younger kids that are thinking about doing this stuff, and you can affect them.
100%.
Yeah. So, and
just a
that's
little
why
bit
I
of
like doing it.
encouragement.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of, because there's a dynamic of when you're on that stage, no matter how big or small it is, there's a dynamic of it's literally and figuratively people looking up to you. And they have that dynamic of looking up to you, and so there's automatically an admiration or an appreciation or something like that. So when you acknowledge somebody, you're not doing it because, yeah, look at how cool I am up here on the stage. You're going, thank you for being here, because if you're not here to listen to the music, I mean, I could sit around with my guitar all day long, or sit at the, but if I don't have somebody to listen to, I get more jazzed about music when I see somebody else enjoying the music, because I already enjoy it. It's already a flow from my heart, and the expression. And when they go, dude, that was badass, I go, I try not to be in any way anything but humble about it. But I go, I know, wasn't that cool? And I'm saying it from the perspective of I watched them enjoy it, and that was my enjoyment.
Well, and you see me, St. Patrick's Day. That was my first time on stage with the band. I was so stiff and so nervous, and you kept going, hey, you got it.
You got it, bro. You got it.
If anybody's out there, y'all watch the video. Don't laugh too hard, but you'll see Jeremy turn around to me like, you got it, you nailed it. Calm down. I'm like stiff trying to play guitar, man. It was such a blast, man. I'm blessed to be with you guys. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. And you know what? I tried this past week, but I was still working on that job up there, and I had some other stuff that I was doing here. But we've written, you brought a new song to the band that we've worked, you brought a couple other ones, but the one we're working on.
Yeah. Sorry,
I was busy. And then we've been working on retooling a bunch of the band songs.
Yeah.
Because I shelved probably 15, maybe even 20 of my songs. Actually, it's more than that.
Probably more than
if
that.
you go back to when it was 3OF, when it was me in Chicago and Wojo, I had easily 10 songs in the set, and he had 10 songs in the set. So we had 20 originals and then another 20 covers.
Right.
In fact, there was one song. He had a song called Ginny, and I had a song called. That was it. Wasn't Pretend. It was a different one. Anyways, we started jamming them. We're jamming our originals, And Chicago goes, dude, we need to put those together. And so it wasn't that we made the song into one song, but his song ran direct. Like as soon as his song ended,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was like 1, 2, and we're right into I think it was Pretend. Then I pretended to be fine, but I was offended by my own damn lies. It was a cool song. Anyway, so there's about 20 songs that just got kind of shelved and pushed by the wayside.
Well, and we don't want to shelve them. Like,
No.
it's one, we're a new band. I'm the newest member of the band.
Right.
We're not a new band.
Right.
I'm the newest member.
Right.
Right.
Well,
and figuring out our sound, because, you know, when a player leaves, or players, or,
Yeah.
you know, however it works out, you're never the same.
It's different styles and
Yeah,
different dynamics.
yeah.
Well, since the departure of our last guitarist, I sat down with you guys, and you and Matt, our drummer, both have music or country, huge country leanings in your background. But then you'll surprise the hell out of me because you'll come up with something. You'll be like, "Dude, you listen to this band?" And I'm like, "Dude, that is like
Sleep Token.
I'm like, "Dude, that's badass." But I'm the same way. Country's not a big. I've never been a huge country fan because I was pushed. It was pushed on me in the commercialism of it by a bunch of guys that were listening to it. Crewmen, they're like, "Can we turn on the country station?" I'm like, "Why?" So you want to hear the pop version of?
Oh, that sickens me,
dude.
Yeah,
it's like I can't stand hip hop because it's
called
so
hick
much
hop. Hick hop.
hick hop. Yes, and I'm like, I'm watching these guys drool over Shania Twain on video, and I'm like, oh my God, do you even care that what she's saying?
She helped a lot of guys get through puberty. I mean,
I
just saying.
get it, but damn, I'm like, dude, I'm just not into it. And they're like, "Dude, she's so hot." I'm like, "Can she sing?" I'm actually a singer. I'm thinking about the songs. And they're like, "Whatever, man."
I've noticed by looking at Matt's song list when we put our group songs
He
together.
came up with some crazy ones,
He
didn't
came
he?
out with some great ones, but him and I both like the vocal fry, and my wife can attest to this. She loves vocal fry.
Yeah.
Anybody,
No matter what
it doesn't
genre.
matter who it is, but
Yeah.
she's like, she loves Daltrey, she loves Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Of course, Journey, because he's higher.
Right.
She likes his range, but anything with the vocal fry,
Yeah.
she's just like, oh, I'm like, okay.
And you know what's interesting about that is I've never had to work at that, which is just this.
Oh, that blows me away because hearing you sing, you can hit these notes that 90% of guys can't hit, and
Right.
you've explained to me how you do it.
Right.
But then you drop down, like when we're doing Tennessee Whiskey, or you hit these vocal fry phrases.
Yeah.
I kind of look like when we were on stage at St. Patty's Day. I'm standing there looking at you like,
How did you hit
what
that
the
shit?
heck, man?
But so that's the difference. The talent, as Larry likes to say, we're quoting Rush Limbaugh, talent on loan from God. It's the talent. I didn't have to work at the talent, and as far as the vocal, what I had to work at really a lot, and it's been in this band over the last 8 years, the different transformation of it, because it was originally our buddy Wojo played drums. And he'd taken 30 years off of playing drums. So when he came in and hanging out with us, he's fresh.
Right.
I was off. I still had my instruments, and I would still mess around a little bit, but I wasn't doing anything hardcore. I'm always singing, so that's my primary instrument. But sitting down, and then Chicago Jim, we were 3 hockey buddies. Jim
Right.
ran the skate, and Wojo was a defenseman, and I was actually both of them were defensemen. And I was the goalie, in our drop-in skate. And we were at somebody's open house, and we're standing around, drinking a adult beverage, and we're like, "Yeah, man." And we start talking, and they're like, "Yeah, Chicago's like, yeah, I play saxophone and guitar, 6-string guitar." And I'm like, "Really?" I said, "Well, I play piano, 6-string, and bass, but I'm a vocalist." And they've heard me sing in the locker room and stuff like that. And they're like, "Yeah." And then Wojo pops up and he goes, "Well, I used to play drums years ago." I said, "Dude, I got my kid's drum set sitting in the barn. Come over and jam out." And so they came over, and of course I invited my sons and a couple other people, and it was kind of chaotic. And so we set it aside for, we messed around for a few weeks, and then we yeah. And I finally talked to him, and I said, dude, just you two come over and let's hang out. And we immediately just started.
That's awesome.
Chicago brought out a song of his, and I actually, all the songs that I've shelved from the band were songs that I wrote during that time. I'd start writing a riff, and I'd come up with the whole song, and then they'd come back to band practice, and I'd go, here, I wrote this one. And they just jumped around. Well, you guys hear every time the show opens, you hear that, the music for the opening of the show. That's a song called Seasons that I wrote 8 years ago with the band. And I'm like, you've seen me play it on bass. I'm like, boom, down, da 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 da, boom, bum, da da da. And actually the vocals you haven't heard the whole song.
No, I just heard you play it on bass because we were goofing around and like, hey, check this out.
The vocals, dude, I love. That's why I said I got to get you guys back to it. Now Matt struggles with it because Matt's a phenomenal drummer. I mean, one of the best I've ever played with. Wojo was a field drummer. Like if we slowed down, he slowed down.
Oh, okay.
If we sped up, he sped up.
Yep.
If we did something, he was with us, and we're like, dude, we need you to keep us on time. Don't slow down with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially with bass, because with bass I can drag a note. I can come in early on a note, or I can drag a note out.
Right.
You know, and it's got that. If you really break down bass guitar, for those in the audience, you guys really break down a bass guitar in a lot of songs. It's late or it's early. It's transitioning. You know, it's doing a lot of subtle things with that bass guitar. Whereas the guitar and the drums, that's why I love with Tyler, his rhythm. He's right on point with Matt. And that allows me to be a little bit more. I call it being sloppy, but it's really not. It's more playful in it. You know, it's
right.
What do we do with is it your song? Yeah, sorry,
Where
I
you
was
slide
busy.
in?
I
Yeah.
slide in, so
Yeah.
I'm coming in on 1, 2, 3, vroom.
Yeah.
So I'm going right through 4, and by the time 1 hits, I'm on that note.
Yeah.
You know, it's those little things like that to where you're waiting for the 1, 2, 3, 4, Jane, you know? And so there's that little bit of a dynamic. And Wojo, the reason that song works with the drums on it, Seasons, is because he just followed me. You know, he's like, and Matt's over there going, is that 4/5? Is that 5/4? What is that? Is that 4? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just wrote it and it works. And he's like, dude, he's like trying to figure out how he can map it out and draw it out. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if that's going to work that way, you know. But you're right. Coming into, you know, a new setting, it changes the dynamic. And you guys are both. I think Dale was saying something. Several of the country guys really rock out in the live shows. Exactly. And that's what I'm finding.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't a big on Stapleton or anything like that. Until I think Brady brought him up, and they started saying, you guys, we got to do Tennessee whiskey. We got to do Tennessee whiskey. And I was like, all right. And it was a surprise to me because his background was more AC/DC, that type of rock, you know. And I listened to it and I'm like, all right, yeah, I can do this one. And it kills in the show every time.
Yeah.
And then now we're doing. We haven't done a show yet.
Cold.
But now we're doing Cold.
Yeah.
And I maybe listened to it once or twice before you and I started messing with it. And you just kept looking at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this the way he's singing it? And you're like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, okay, I'm just, because that's my thing. And you get it too. You get as a musician, you start to feel the interpretation in the music. You start to feel, and you get cues that are not, they're not tangible. You know, you can't. It's like you start to feel it.
Well, and that's Matt. Like he'll yell at me from the drum room. He's like, "Play your you know the notes.
Yeah.
But play
you.
Play you. Do you?" And I'm like,
okay.
You know, when I sat down with a bunch of guys, and I told you when we were in Texas, we'd go to jam sessions.
Yeah.
And we'd be on stage, and there's probably 15 guys. We had bass, we had electrics, we had slide, we had steel.
Oh,
we
dude.
had drums, and it was really cool, and it was in front of big audiences at bars all over.
Yeah.
but it was like if I quit playing, you wouldn't know.
Because there was so
Unless
much.
I was a specialty.
Yeah,
like-
'cause there was
like a
so much
slide.
music.
Yeah, there's so much music.
Yeah.
Right? That is no pressure. You're not going to miss me if I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I miss something here, that's what I was scared about. And you're like,
dude.
just do it, man. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, I was so high after that night. Not high being drugs, and everybody, not high being anything like that. I was high on the adrenaline that.
Dude, that's
It was so
some of the biggest
fun.
rush.
Yeah.
I think that's why some of the guys, a lot of the bands struggle with drugs and alcohol.
They want to keep that high, yeah.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they get so high off the music,
Oh, I could.
and then there's nothing there, and so they just want to like.
Oh, there's always something there. I've worked with you enough. When it's just you and I here,
Yeah.
we're playing on guitar.
What I'm saying is when you've got that high, but then you don't have the reason for it, you want to drown it out now, and kind of go, because otherwise you're attention seeking.
Right.
Because that's where that high came from, was the feedback of the audience. And as soon as it's not there, you want a depressant.
Yeah.
You want something. I know, well, I'm just saying that from the standpoint of I've tried to figure out what really is the motivation behind a lot of the addictions. I know a huge part of it comes from when you're extremely creative, you're also extremely undisciplined. That they tend to go hand in hand. And so
100%.
I've had to
100%.
think about that a lot. As you joked earlier, I'm in the middle of a project and I go, man, I should have set up a camera, but you know what? Actually, I want to go over here and do this.
I know HDA.
ADHD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was when I was diagnosed back in the 70s. They diagnosed me with ADHA, attention deficit hyperactivity,
Yeah, that's what I had.
and that's what the terminology was that they gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they had me on Ritalin for a little while. My mom took me off.
My mom
It was
refused to put
really
me on it.
bad. We went on a high protein diet.
Okay.
You know, very holistic. I wasn't allowed to have sugar. That's why, like now, even my tea that's about as much sugar as I have. I very rarely drink soda.
My mom figured out it was the artificial colors and dyes that set me off.
Really?
So I just had Cheerios and Rice Krispies and Velveeta shells and cheese. Surprisingly, doesn't have dyes and
I had
flavorings.
Cheerios, but when she wasn't looking, I'd take 5 pounds of sugar and throw it in there.
See, now the sugar never bothered me. And I would go to
for me?
church. I would go to church and they'd hand me the sugar-free bag of candy for the kids. And I'm like, this is worse.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's got
worse.
artificial flavors now instead of actual
It's all
sugar.
chemical.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is worse. I can't have any of this, you know.
Yeah.
And my mom knew she could calculate out a 4-day cycle. If I took something, and then didn't take something again, but just that first day, and then didn't have anything, colors or dyes for the next 4 days, she said I was on speed for 2 days. I would level out on the third day, and I'd be depressed the fourth day.
Yeah.
And she said, looking at a 5-6-year-old kid being depressed.
Yep.
She said she had to figure out what was going on, you know. And there was one time my grandfather, I used to go, you know this because we're talking about potentially doing a fishing trip this year. I keep wanting to adjust my microphone and it's down here. I keep reaching for my face to adjust my microphone and I have to wear the lapel for tonight. Oh yeah, he's talking about Clint Black.
Oh, yeah.
Dale's saying Clint Black blew me away when I saw him, and he's playing the drums with the encore set list. So he went back and started playing drums.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. I just watched another Chris Cornell little documentary thing, and it was another one about something fishy about his death, but it went back and did a bunch of his history, and it just reminded me again. He started out as the drummer for Soundgarden.
Well, that's like.
Or was it
what's his-
Soundgarden? Yeah. Whatever the band that became Soundgarden, he started out as the drummer, and the other guy was the lead singer, the guitar player, and eventually Chris started singing more and more, so they got it. They were like, we got to make a decision. And so they brought a drummer in,
Yeah.
and so Chris then became the lead, and the other guy that was originally doing the songs left the band, and I watched part of that stuff. What were we going to say?
Oh, there's a lot of virtuosos. I mean, David Grohl.
Yeah.
The guy can play like 15 instruments.
Oh,
I mean, it's unbelievable what he
The
can do.
one that, there's 3 guys that
And I'm not a Foo Fighters fan by any means.
Right, but
I
it's-
just don't like
it's-
the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few songs I can go, all right, I won't turn to the channel, but good evening. I don't even like that name. What the hell is with these names you come up with, bro? Dude, you're so sad.
Wow.
But there's like 3 or 4 guys on the top of my like huge on my list. All right, Prince,
Number one.
dude.
Number one.
He could play any instrument.
Any
instrument.
The
Prolific.
guy never slept. He built that studio at Paisley Park.
He did. What was it? Purple Rain.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure he was every instrument,
Yeah.
all the mixing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Everything.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's incredible, incredible. Now he switched it up. Yeah, fired all dat. YTU boys off. Oh, I fired all the boys off the show. Yeah. Since you're tuning in late, no, Larry has the night off. Larry has a political rally that he needed to be at. Teddy is still out of town. Patrick's still dealing with a lot of stuff with his mom, settling the estate, things like that. I didn't bother calling anybody else. I reached out to the band and said, "Hey, I'm going to change it up tonight. What do you guys got going?" And Scott was the only one of my band that said he could be here. So
I replied back in like 3 seconds.
you were like, "Was that too soon?" I was like, "No, thank you," because you've been here and actually been on the show because I cut the camera to you.
Yeah.
But you've sat off camera at the booth, what, 3-4 times now?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I don't even know if anybody wants to get on camera. You know, because it is a thing, you know?
I watch over here, but I'm looking at you like,
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, kept looking up like, can you see
Yeah,
my
make sure
face?
your
I don't
hat's
know
up there. Yeah. No, he's not. Stop it. Teddy's not doing Lincoln Day dinner prep. He's making potatoes for that?
Cabbage.
Prince,
Yep.
top for me.
Top.
Another one that's phenomenal, and I don't know if he's the real one or not, but Paul McCartney. Could be Paul McCartney, could be the fake Paul McCartney that they replaced him with.
Yeah, who
But
knows?
either way, on when you go back and watch the footage, now I know there's people that like the Beatles didn't even write their own songs. I'm like, dude, go back and watch the documentary footage of them sitting in those sessions and
Yeah.
writing music. I'm like, come on. But Paul would sit down and do the drums for a song, and then Ringo would go, okay. And then he would get on the piano, he would play his bass, of course, he would play a guitar, different ones, and you're like, just all over the place.
Yeah.
And prolific at it. Another one for me that most people wouldn't know is a guy named Charlie Peacock,
Where's that name?
Christian artist. The song that he did that actually DC
DC
Talk covered it was In the Light.
Oh, okay.
I want to
okay.
be in the light
Yep.
as you are in the light. And that dude, I mean,
Really?
I'll play you some tunes off the show, but he is. There's one song. It's not Personal Resolution. I think it's Another Woman in Tears, but the piano. And he's one of these guys that has been on multiple jazz albums and you wouldn't know it, but
Really?
huge Christian.
So he's like a
artist.
session player.
That, and he had all of his own music too, and he was just phenomenal. And you'll hear it just like, wow, just incredible to me.
Yeah. I hear him.
Another guy that's passed was Rich Mullins.
Oh yeah.
Rich Mullins was
Yeah.
multi-instrumental.
Yeah. He's on with the Lord now.
Yeah, and tormented by a lot of it, dude. I just watched one of those too. Another
Yeah.
thing on, I think it was called a little thing called The Tragic Life of Rich Mullins, and just how he struggled with alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't struggle with women. He didn't struggle with a lot. He would get done with the show, be back in his hotel room, and just drink himself to
Hammer away.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I say that about the high dynamic. If you get that high from the crowd, you feed off that crowd. There's some guys that they're like, okay, I got to shut this off. I got to, you know.
Yep.
And I think of it because like a number of us, I just went and picked a bunch up a couple weeks ago, but I'll take a weed gummy later in the evening because it starts to mellow me out, starts to relax me, and I can sleep better.
You don't get hungry?
No. If I do it earlier in the day, A little bit, but no, I'll yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, he's saying John Paul Jones, yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, Roy Clark too.
Dude,
Phenomenal.
watching the
Probably one
videos of
best.
him,
Yeah.
I had no idea until, I think it was Brady sent it to me, and he's like, dude, have you ever seen this?
One of the
And
best
it's
guitar
the one where
players
he's
ever.
on The Odd Couple.
Yep.
And he's just like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's doing shit that guys today are freaked out. Now, what's the guy that you showed me that used to play for Marilyn Manson?
Oh, John Five.
Dude.
John Five is phenomenal.
All over the place, dude.
Yeah, he's from Flint, Michigan. He's a Michigan boy.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And it's something to be prolific and phenomenal at multiple instruments. It's one thing to be able, I can go in there and I can tap out a beat. I'm going to lose time at a certain point.
Right.
But I can tap out a beat, and as soon as I go to do a roll, it's screwed. I'm done. But I can sit down and play piano. I can play acoustic guitar, well, actually acoustic and electric. I can play bass. I used to have a mandolin years ago.
I thought about getting one.
Dude, they're so cool. but it's weird. The tuning's a little different. But you saw me play one at the when we went to the music store.
Oh, Motor City
Motor City.
guitar? Yeah.
I picked up one or two of them just to see how they did. You know.
Tyler, I was super impressed. Like, he's a great guitarist, great rhythm guitarist. He's great on keys.
Yeah.
I watched him get behind the drum set. Oh my gosh!
Do you know how
I'm going,
do you know how he came to be part of the band?
how?
So he works with Matt at the dealership. We had the Cozy Inn's pig roast. We headlined the 3rd annual pig roast. So the next year comes around, and they're like, "Can you play again?" And we're like, "Let me check the date." Matt had bought Luke Bryan tickets the week before, spent like $600 on 4 Luke Bryan
For
tickets.
Luke Bryan? Really?
I don't know what it was at the fair, whatever it was. He spent a lot of money. And he's like, "I can't make it." And I'm like, "Dude," so we got like 2.5, 3 months. And I goes, "Well, can we find a drummer that we could get up to speed? Because if you got a really good drummer
Right.
and you're doing almost all covers, maybe 2 or 3 originals,
They can step in.
they can
Yeah.
step in pretty
Yeah.
easy, and you just got to feel the flow with them."
Yep.
And Tyler jumped in here, and I thought he was doing great. Brady didn't feel like he was getting up to speed the way we wanted, and just so. But we found out more and more jamming with him, and when Matt, was able to come, or Matt didn't, leave the band, but we called him up and said, "Hey, we can't do the gig," and then we just kept practicing each week, and that was when we started. We're like, "All right, Tyler, you come in here and
Yeah,
and
he
play."
stepped in and helped me, trying to get up to speed with doing the lead stuff.
Yeah,
And building that. He's like, when I listened to him from the St. Patrick's Day,
yeah.
from that show, his leads, and then the stuff we're working on now.
Well, yeah, and he's also a prolific piano player.
Yeah.
And I love that dynamic. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
sweet, dude. What's he saying? My dad's. I have my dad's harmony. Monterey
Monterey.
mandolin.
Really?
Dude, that's badass.
Holy cow.
I had one as a young man, and I traded it. My buddy's dad owned a little music store out of his. It was more of a repair shop, but he had a number of instruments in there, and it was out of his garage. And he was an old hillbilly musician, And my buddy, I knew him from a church coffee house, and he played bass in one of the heavy metal Christian bands. And I went in there one day, and I'm like, I had this mandolin, and I'm like, dude, I need a different instrument. And so I traded it for something. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have never got rid of that.
I wish I would have had my first guitar still.
Dude.
But yeah.
So I started to say about my grandfather, going back to the ADHD.
Squirrel.
Mom told him, she's like, don't give him stuff with artificial colors and flavors. And he's like, yeah, the kid's fine, He poo-pooed it. So we get up in the camp, dude, and somehow they gave me a bunch of Rolos. And I'm munching on the Rolos, and I'm standing at the fire, and my uncle's doing shit, and I just start laughing. and laughing. You know how you ever been with somebody that has that uncontrollable laugh and they just can't stop?
Yeah.
My uncle, he's only like 7 years older than me. He at one point he just slaps me. He's like, "All right, enough." He just slapped me. He's like, "Stop." And
Shut up already.
so it was always a 2-week trip with my grandfather to the UP, and get back down here, and he goes to drop me off, and he looks at my mom. He goes, "I understand now. He will never get. Just send me a list next year."
Yeah.
Of course, his nickname for me was Pita,
Pita?
pain in the ass. That was my nickname from that. But originally, he always called me Bullfrog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was Bullfrog. And then because the rest of the family called me Toad, because I was the first grandkid, and I had white. Well, you can see it in one of the pictures over there with my mom. I had white blonde hair, so I was a towhead, and so it just became
So was I.
Toad, you know. And they're like, Toad. And I've had a few people, and years later they find it out, and they go, "I'll call you Toad." I'm like, no.
No. You haven't earned that right.
No. And so Grandpa would do. He was like, Toad. He's like, no. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and that 3 Dog Night thing.
Right.
And he's like, yeah. So I was like, okay. So he always called me Bullfrog, or Pizza, pain in the ass. So,
God, I love family trauma.
isn't it fun? What do we want? May the 4th. I like talking about music. I liked it.
May the 4th.
What-
So May
is there
5th,
any
Cinco de Mayo is a joke. That's an amateur holiday.
Yeah,
Even
what
the
is it?
Mexicans down in San Antonio, they're
Tell
like,
me this, yeah.
They're like, you guys you need to name a day to drink. We drink all the time. What is the deal with this?
That's what I put in the thing is how much do people really know, and is it more than just another excuse to dress up and party?
It's an excuse. So just so everybody knows, I just moved up here from San Antonio, and Cinco de Mayo is not celebrated. It might be celebrated on base. Like San Antonio is known as base capital of the United States. I mean, we have 5 bases in San Antonio.
Okay.
So it might be celebrated there, but
Right.
outside when you're in downtown, like right now when I went down there, Fiesta's going on. Fiesta's a huge
Okay.
month-long party.
Okay.
Everything that
Is that
you
similar
can
to
think
like a
of.
Mardi Gras type of dynamic?
Same thing.
Okay.
Like Mexican flair instead of the
Okay.
Cajun flair.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
But Cinco de Mayo is like, really? They amateurs? You know,
It's only the last few years where I have a few people. One of my mom's friends, she's from Texas and obviously Latino and or whatever the correct terminology. I call her a little sweetie. But anyways, yeah, she's like, "Oh no, we're doing Cinco de Mayo that day."
they used to call my wife Flaquita.
Lajita,
Flaquita.
flaquita,
Yeah, skinny white girl.
skinny white girl. I remember when Mom, because
Flaca.
my great grandma Pigeon used to snowbird in Arizona, and Mom would go for a number of years when she was still alive. My mom would fly down and stay with her and one of her cousins, and they would inadvertently always go south of the border.
Oh yeah, you have to.
And she comes back. She's like, they just kept coming up because Mom was, beautiful blonde, and they would go, "Movie star lady, come buy my junk. Movie star lady, come buy my junk." I got a whip. I had one of those it was like in the heyday of Indiana Jones.
Oh, you could get.
I had a badass whip she brought home.
You could get handmade leather stuff, unbelievable quality.
I had the stone chessboard.
Oh
with
yeah.
the hand carved stone pieces.
Yep.
And it was the red, was it alabaster or whatever it is? It's the red. It's like
The lava.
no. It's the red with the white. It's like a granite
Oh, okay.
like that.
Okay.
With the white.
Oh wow.
So it was the red with the white tones, and then the white with like the gray and black
Oh, that'd be cool.
lines through it, and that was my pieces. And I'm like, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I had it for a long time, and then you start to lose pieces here.
I made it to Mexico one time by accident.
Do you want to share that story?
Yeah, I'll share it. So, a bunch of us. This is back when I was bull riding. we went to Del Rio, and Del Rio has one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best back then when I was riding stock contractors was Mac Altizer. Mac Altizer owns Bad Boy Bulls.
Okay.
Triangle G, I think it is.
Okay.
Diamond G.
Diamond G.
Huge ranch. So he had Battle at the Border, which is a huge event.
Okay.
It's not a sanctioned event, but it is so much fun. So we went there, and I think there was 4 of us riding. I'm pretty sure all of us got bucked off in the first day. So we were just drinking and partying, beer, tequila. I mean,
And there was there was 4 of you guys from
travel, because we
travel.
traveled all over
Yeah.
Texas.
but there
And
was
then
a
the
ton
other
of
guy.
other riders.
Oh yeah, I think there was 30 riders there.
Okay.
And the one guy made it to second go, but then got bucked off. So we ended up partying, and somehow
Now, are these bulls or these broncs?
these are bulls.
Okay.
All of these are bulls. It's a bull riders only event.
Okay. Okay.
And Mac Altizer's got the big 2,000-pound snot
Holy
slinging
shit.
hamburgers, man. These guys want to kill you. So
Wow.
we were partying, and somehow between Saturday night and sometime in Sunday, we woke up in a field. Now, mind you, that's not uncommon. You just got to get your bearings. So some of us were in the truck, some of us were on the ground, some of us got stung by scorpions, you know. So we finally got our bearings, and we start driving where we saw 2 tracks. Well, we ended up in a little town, almost like a village, a town, and it was, nobody spoke English that we talked to. We figured out we're in Mexico. Somehow we crossed the border. It cost us $400 to get back across the border, and we didn't come the way you're supposed to come. We went back the way,
Did you guys have IDs or anything?
I think we did. I don't remember too much.
Wow, dude.
I know we had our bull riding clothes. I'm pretty sure we had
So
IDs too. But
This wasn't. You said you got on the 2-track. You didn't have a vehicle.
yeah, we were in
Well,
a
you had a-
truck.
you had the truck.
Somehow we crossed, and we're partying, and well, yeah, it was messed up.
Wow.
But the people in the town
They were great?
Great, man.
Yeah. Well, you're in your
Had
bull riding gear. That has a little bit more of a flair,
phenomenal
right?
food. No, they don't care.
They don't care.
No. Everybody wears cowboy boots and hats down there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You fit in. You
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
look
we
like an
fit
out
in.
of place gringo.
Other than we were out of place gringos.
Yeah, out of place gringos. That's the huge thing. Did you see this thing with AOC? She stuck her foot in her mouth, as she always does.
Again?
Yeah, and she was like, but like, he said like something about cowboys and being Spanish, and they're not even, and she starts going off on they're not Spanish, and immediately, like in 10 seconds, you can pull it up and go, literally the Spanish were the ones that brought the cowboy flair and flavor.
They have a different style of bull riding. So in Mexico, you ride with no hands, and you ride with your feet tied to the bull. So your hands are like this instead of tied with one hand, and you try and hang on, but your feet are tied to the bull.
How the fuck does that work?
It's crazy, dude.
How do you get off
But
if
they
you're...
do it. It's unbelievable to watch these guys. And their arenas, when you go to a Mexican rodeo, their arenas are small and round. Like
Yes.
Maybe 40 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So if you get knocked out, you're strapped on that bull. You're going to die.
Is there any way to release, to pull a
Not
line?
that I've seen, other than they pull
Because
the
that's what you
guy
guys
off.
have when you're on a bull.
We just pull the latigo. Not the latigo. We pull the slack line because
Yeah.
we stick our hand in, wrap the rope across, back around,
Okay.
and we're tied in. When we're done, or if we're bucking off or whatever, you grab that rope and you let go because your hand is actually cemented in with hot rosin. That's why you see the bull riders grabbing the rope and they're pulling it down. They're heating up the rosin. So you see them when they're on their bull, they're doing this.
Okay.
They're super heating that rosin. It's pine rosin
Oh, wow.
from a tree.
And
It
then
smells like a
you
pine
stick your
tree.
hand in there and you're in
It
the
freezes.
chute for
You're
however
done.
long.
8 seconds.
No, I'm saying while you're in the chute, it's hardening up
Oh yeah.
after
yeah.
you heated it.
That's
It's
why
hard-
you don't get on until you're ready to ride. Then you see the rider get down. He heats up his slack. He heats up his handle. Gets in. His partner pulls the rope as tight as it can go.
Wow.
Wraps it.
Is it always
and
a right-handed, or are
No,
there other guys that
I
are-
rode right-handed because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
But technically, if you're right-handed, you ride left-handed because you have better control with this
With your
hand
arm- with
throwing
your-
your weight.
Ah.
But I started out. Actually,
Okay.
I started out on a dare.
How many did you?
Oh yeah,
How many of those guys' shoulders are permanently fucked up for the rest of their life?
mine. Mine
I mean,
hurt.
dude, that's.
So there's JB.
I mean, I know your legs are holding you and stuff like that
It's
to
your
a certain extent,
knees.
but
Your knees, your back,
yeah, because you have stirrups,
shoulders.
right?
No.
Not on the bulls.
No.
I'm thinking the Bronco.
No,
the Bronx.
you have spurs. You have spurs, but the difference between bareback horse riding, and bull riding is bareback spurs spin because they rake them. When that hand goes into bareback,
Yeah.
and they lean all the way back, that horse jumps out, and they what they call rake. So they bring their legs up along the space of the neck,
Okay.
and then bring it back down. So every time that horse jumps, it's called raking the horse. Bull riding is different. You have spurs, and they have to be a certain kind because if you cut the bull, you're in a lot of trouble.
Right.
But you lock the spurs. So I took a hanger, cut the little piece of hanger, and bent a wire in so it would give a little bit.
Okay.
But it was locked. It wouldn't spin. You couldn't hold on. If it spun, there's no way you could hold on.
Wow.
Your legs would just it'd roll right off.
But that gave you a little locking it in. Gives you.
Yeah. Then pull down. You watch the bull. You watch the neck, the back of the head. Don't look off.
Spit's flying everywhere. It's not.
It's more than spit, buddy. I mean, you get a bull that decides to go to the bathroom before you leave the chute, you're probably ending up with some
Covered in piss?
somewhere.
Shit?
Oh yeah, I ended up every time. And my wife, if she's listening, she can attest to this. We went to.
How angry are these dudes? Ththese bulls?
They're being
They're
zapped
bred
with
to
a
be
stun
just-
gun.
They're bred to be just.
No, they get stunned when they come out. So the latigo is the rear rope.
Okay.
And you're tying that. So think about a cat. If you tie something around a cat's waist, they try and kick it off. A bull does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So not only you're doing that, you're cinching his nuts up,
Right.
But when he turns out, they have a cattle prod and they're zapping him 50,000 volts, which pisses him off even more. So now you got to deal with
Yeah.
that.
His
because-
nuts are in a sling and he's getting zapped.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
What were you going to say before that?
My wife, every time we went to a rodeo and it was a dirt arena outdoors and it rained and there was a puddle in the arena, I'd point to it and say, I'm going to end up there. I guarantee you every single time I hit the ground, it was in that puddle. She made me strip down at the rodeo in my underwear, throw it in the back of the car, and I'd have to sit in my underwear
On the way
in
home?
the back of the car all the way home. She wouldn't let me get in the car.
You knew how to call where
Yeah.
you were gonna land, huh?
Yeah, I'd call it out.
How many years did you bull ride?
It's about 7 years total.
Yeah. You told me before some of your injuries. What the worst one you had was you got hit in the head?
Yeah, so I was transferring. I was PCSing from Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, to Fort Hood, Texas. What better place for a bull rider?
So was
to
it a
go
lot
as
of
Texas?
the military guys that did bull riding?
Huge.
And that
There's
didn't
ac-
conflict
there's actually
with-
teams.
It didn't conflict in any way with their service because you could get pretty fucked up with on a
We
bull.
had a bull riding team at Fort Hood.
Oh,
First
wow.
Cav bull riding
Okay.
team. I wasn't on
You
it.
wouldn't think that they would
it's
allow
huge.
that type. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because you're the military, we own you. You know.
And,
it's
that'd
like-
be like stopping people riding motorcycles. You just
True, but I
can't do
mean,
it.
your motorcycle's not trying to kick you off into the trees.
no, but people on the road are.
Right.
But so I went to a rodeo here. I was down in Adrian.
You came from.
I was on leave. I was
From-
coming from Hawaii. I stopped here in Michigan on leave.
Okay. Because you're originally from Michigan.
I'm originally from Michigan.
Yeah.
Grew up in Livonia.
Okay.
And then my brother owned a Hunger House down in Adrian, and my nephew, my oldest nephew down there, he's went down there to see them, and I found out there was a rodeo. Everyone's like, "Oh, you need to come to the rodeo."
come hang
I'm
out?
like, "Cool, I'm in." Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I go
let's
and
do it.
I went to it was a Western store, and you paid the entry fee. And they said, well, you'll get your draw when you get to the rodeo arena. It's a nice indoor arena.
Okay.
Big. And so we get the draw, and I don't remember at that rodeo. I think I was the 4th or 6th rider out.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the bull looked like. He came out. I knew I had him for maybe 6 seconds. My dad said he did something. He jumped up so high in the air and did something. I think he belly rolled. So a belly roll is when the head goes one way, the rear end goes the other,
Yeah.
and he twists you off. So I ended up underneath him. Well, when his front came down, his rear end shifted, and as I started to get up and run away, because he was right next to me, I turned and I went to jump out of the way, and his hoof hit the back of my head here, and his other hoof hit. I had just bought a brand new riding vest.
Okay.
Luckily, I got it. My shoulder blade would have been destroyed.
Wow.
He drove me down in the ground. So basically, I had such a severe concussion. My brain was swelling. Everything was swelling. Right?
Yeah.
I was gone for 3 days. On the ride home, my mom and dad, my mom was so mad. She was worried. I kept waking up every 15 or 20 minutes. Did I cover him? How long was I on?
She's
what did you look like?
You're barely alive. What
Oh,
the
yeah.
hell?
She was
she's screaming
mad.
at you.
She was mad as a hornet, man. And I thought, actually, I was so knocked out that I thought I was still married to my first wife.
Wow.
That's how bad it was.
And you were falling asleep, which is a no-no when you got a severe concussion.
Because my brain was swelling.
Yeah.
I was out. I think my dad said I was out for like 3 days.
And then they ended up taking you to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then did they do a drain or something like
No, they didn't drain. I forgot what they called it. Well, not like a drain you would think where they take part of your skull out.
Right. But they had to alleviate the pressure somehow.
Yeah, had to alleviate the pressure. And then a week after that, I was at Fort Hood, Texas, at another rodeo, riding the next weekend.
A week later.
Dumbest thing I could have done. And had I known how bad I was injured, I would not have done it. I would have waited a
But
couple
when you were
months.
in, that was one of the catalysts, and I got Dale was saying, he says he has his, talking about the mandolins, he has one from 72, but he says he's surrounded by Mexicans here, and no one is celebrating, it's all quiet.
Told you.
It's
a white holiday.
It is. You know what, we went to, over here locally, Los Tres Amigos last week, and
That's a great place. That's a great restaurant, dude.
Dude, you know what I got? And I thought I was getting it the previous time that we got there, and my mother-in-law and my wife both looked at me and went, "You ordered chicken." I'm like, "Damn it!" So it's called chili verde. Mm-hmm. All it is like chicken strips or steak strips, fajita strips,
Right.
in a green sauce. That's it. You get you don't even get like lettuce or tomatoes or anything on the side, so it's not a fajita.
Right.
But you do get some shells,
Yeah.
and you get your beans and rice. And I'm like, that's perfect. I love green sauce, and I love steak, and I'm like,
green sauce
so
is
the
the
first time I ordered it, it says chicken or steak, and somehow I ordered chicken. I'm like, dude. So this last time we went, I got the steak, and I'm just like, this is perfect. It was like the perfect fajita strips.
Yep.
I gave the shells to my wife. I had a side dish of sour cream, and so I would just, in the green sauce, in the sour cream, boom.
Even
little
the rice is
little
good
beans.
there.
Yeah, it's really
the
good.
rice is really good, and it's hard to make Mexican rice good. But it.
Bovey says sounds terrible. It was great, dude.
Let me guess, you get a tortilla to put in.
No, but I always like keeping the tortilla, the chips during dinner, because I'll start grabbing those and do the rice and the beans on the chips.
And they have good,
with a little sour cream.
and they're not bagged chips. Those are homemade.
Yeah, those are homemade.
Those are really good.
So it was funny though, because Dale's saying it's all quiet. The sign when we went in there said, "There will be no Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo," because that's one of their big things. Obviously, is Taco Tuesday. It's
Tuesday,
huge.
yeah.
It's huge. And so I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, so we went to Texas Roadhouse today, and I purposely did not order tacos because apparently even the Mexican restaurant is afraid of combining Taco Tuesday with Cinco de Mayo, that there may be some kind of vortex created or a tornado or some
Probably,
shit.
yeah.
If you do Taco Tuesday with Cinco de Mayo, something bad apparently could happen because they're saying, no, you're not getting Taco Tuesday."
It's a white holiday. That's all it is, man. I'm telling you. But if you go there, try, and I haven't tried it yet, and I'll let you know when I go again, because it's right next to work. They do have barbacoa. Barbacoa is very hard to make,
Okay.
but to me, it is one of the best Mexican dishes.
What is describe it?
It's cheek meat. So
Oh,
it's
so
cheek
you
meat
gotta
of the
really,
cow.
it's got to really be tenderized and marinated.
Really tenderized. It has to be deveined. It's a long process, but if somebody does it right, it's like pot roasted a tortilla. It is
Really?
so freaking good.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
And they have it there. I didn't
just
get
haven't
it,
tried
but
it yet.
I will be trying it this week when I
Nice.
go there.
I wanna
'cause gotta go to the
report.
other one. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
When you were doing bull riding, that wasn't the only injury you had, getting kicked in the head and blowing your shoulder out. But
Oh no, no.
you had an arm injury.
Yeah, I had you can't see it on camera, but there's a V. You can see where the skin's
puncture
indented.
is? Yeah, right
so
there.
the bull stepped here and he punctured through. He didn't like rip the muscle, but he damaged it. And the problem was it was so far ripped open.
Oh yes, the one
They
you had
wouldn't
to keep.
close it. I
you
had
to
to
keep
irrigate it 3 times a day
For
by
what?
hand
For what? Like
until it closed.
On
And
its
it was over a month before it fully closed.
to keep it from getting infected.
Getting infected, yeah.
Dude.
I had this finger. This finger was over here. I mean, it was like pointing this way.
It's still not right, dude.
No,
Look at that.
I can't close it. I mean, I could tape it, but when
it
it was
just
broke,
pops
I
over.
grabbed it, snapped it back. I threw some tape on it because I had to ride again. So
Dude, that's one thing I know about the bull riders. They're crazy and hardcore.
they're crazy tough, man. I'm telling you.
Dude.
Because we don't get paid. If we don't ride, we don't get paid.
So you have to.
We
Yeah.
pay $100 to enter a rodeo or $50 for a
Right.
local town rodeo.
Yeah.
Your payout could be $500 to $1,000. Tell me another job other than dealing illegal drugs you could make $1,000. Or in the PRC and the PBR, like when we were riding, some of the kids that we rode with, 2 of them are now world champion bull riders, and they made $3 million over a weekend. from
Over a weekend?
Over a weekend from bull riding. Yeah, I knew a lot of them guys.
3 million
Yeah.
over a weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you
That's
knew
8 seconds of work.
you knew that guy, Lane.
I didn't know him.
Oh, but yeah.
He died before I actually started bull riding.
Okay.
He died in the 80s.
Yeah.
I didn't get on a bull until 95.
What was the catalyst for that?
A girl. It's always a girl, man. we were at a bar in Pearl Harbor, and some of the bull riders are there, and I saw how she was looking at the bull riders. And I love country music, and I dress like this. I was dressing like this anyway.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I can do that. She goes, oh, you can bull ride? I said, oh, yeah, I've been on a couple bulls. I ain't never been on a bull in my life. On my life,
Talking
dude.
out your ass.
I was like, I'm going to impress this girl. And the very first bull I rode, maybe 3 seconds, we call it a lawn dart. I got launched into the dirt head first. I'm like, this is cool, man. I'm telling you, we were going back to the high.
Yeah.
The adrenaline
Yeah.
from bull riding.
Yeah.
There is not a drug in this world that can touch that, man.
Right.
I mean, I jumped out of airplanes. I rappelled out of helicopters.
Getting on a
riding,
bull. Yeah.
that
Because isn't it doesn't have a dynamic of being there's a big thrill when you don't have control.
Absolutely.
There's a huge thrill. It's like I'm putting myself in a place that has parameters, it has some guardrails, but there are huge things that are out of my control.
Well, you're not trying to control it. You can't control
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
You're just trying to get into sync with it.
That's it.
And that-
That's it.
that is
it's
the
like
thrill.
when you're surfing,
Yeah.
you're just trying to get in sync with that wave. You're trying to catch that. You're trying to catch the wave at that
Ride
right
the
time.
energy
and
of the
ride,
wave.
yeah. Same with
Same thing with
coming
bull
out of an
riding.
airplane. It's like you're coming out and you're. I'm sure you were doing. Was that military when you were doing
Yeah.
jumping out of there? So it's a little bit different than a straight up skydiving where you're. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what kind of you didn't
80,
have?
80-pound pack on my back.
Did
a
you have-
weapon,
Yeah, you had the standard
T10s.
circles.
Yeah, the T10s.
You didn't have the how they call them, the airfoil types.
I ended up getting. I stayed in air assault, so I rappelled out of helicopters,
Okay.
which in itself, you got the rotor wash coming out, pushing you down, and you're trying not to be pushed down from a giant fan.
Right. How much
That's-
extra gear? I know you got extra thick leather gloves on and stuff like that. Are
Just
you still-
Army issue.
Were you
They
coming?
sucked.
Was the rope? Was it synthetic when you were there, or was it hemp?
No, it was hemp. It was a
Yeah.
big.
The hemp's.
But some of these
still
ropes,
phenomenal.
like if you're going off a building or you're going off a cliff or like a hostage situation,
Yeah, you
they got
gotta
a
have-
1/3 stretch rate. So you got to be careful because if you're coming down fast, if you stop,
1/3.
Yeah, 1/3 of the rope stretches.
Wow.
I mean, it stretches 1/3 of its. If you have a 100-foot rope, you're going a lot more than 100 feet if you get to the very end of that rope.
Wow.
So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And again, it's
And it was a
adrenaline.
girl.
It was
Got
a girl.
you involved.
Yeah. She.
And so you rode what? You said 7 years.
Yeah.
And so that was part of your heavy drinking. That's what I was saying too.
Oh,
is
yeah.
is you get the adrenaline rush, and then you either want to keep the rush going artificially, or you want to calm down. One of the two dynamics.
Mine was at the very beginning. I didn't drink, and I always made fun of guys that drank before they got on a bull. Like, that's the stupidest thing ever. One of the other things about bull riding is, you know, when we go to bigger shows, whether it's Houston or Dallas or you know, Cheyenne or anything like that, the big bar owners will come back and say, all the bull riders. I was just with the bull riders. I knew some bareback guys and some saddle bronc guys.
Yeah.
But they say all the bull riders, you come to the bar, drink for free. Well, because the bull riders bring the girls in, the girls bring more guys in. So, but they didn't realize what they were doing when they invited us in.
Because you guys are hardcore.
Oh, we were drinking.
Just hammering.
I mean,
well, you're military guys, so I mean,
which was even
what else,
more.
What else do you do on a day off? You know.
Yeah. So I started drinking. I was drinking pretty heavy, and then I got to the point I was pretty buzzed.
Blackout drunk type stuff.
I wasn't blackout drunk. I was getting on the back of a bull drunk, and I got hung up. The last one I remember was in 2000. It was at Fort Worth, and my current wife, Lynette, she was pregnant with my youngest son, Christian. I want to say she was 6 months or 7 months pregnant, and I came out on the first bull out I was on in shoot number 1 on the bull called Ot 1, which when you're a bull rider, there's certain things that are bad juju.
Okay.
That was a triple threat right there. I didn't care. I'm like, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't even drinking.
Right.
But I came out on that bull and again had him probably 6 seconds. He belly rolled. This time I didn't go under him. I got hung up, so my arm twisted in my rope. I couldn't pull my hand out. So I'm being slung around. The bullfighters weren't doing nothing. I reached up. And
Yeah, you're not on the bull at this point. You're just
I'm
your
on
hands.
the side.
Your hands.
I'm hanging on for a ride, trying to get between the bull's ear and his shoulders. In his neck is the safest place.
Okay.
So I'm trying to grab.
So when you
onto
see a
him.
guy grab, I've seen guys where they grab around
That's
the back
why.
of the head,
That's why.
around the neck,
Because they got to get close, you know, because you can't.
because
hook
now
'em
you're
with
not
a
getting
horn.
gored or anything
Yeah.
like that.
The funny thing about bulls is the horns aren't what kills you.
It's the
They
hooves.
do kill guys. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's the stomping on from 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That'll kill you. Lane
Yeah.
Frost, a good example. Brett
Yeah.
Thurman, another good example. There's example of example. There are examples of guys getting gored,
Right.
you know, with bulls and dying with horns and stuff like that. But when I got hung up, that bull went, it felt like an eternity. It was probably maybe 3 seconds. He came back toward the chutes. And as a bull rider, you know, never grab the chutes.
Because you can rip yourself apart.
That's what happened. So he jumped, and the bullfighters weren't doing nothing, and I had to get off. So just as he swung around, I grabbed it, and he pulled and popped both shoulders, popped me out. One was already out, so I just kind of popped that one in. I threw my hat because he was coming back around.
Yeah, and that's to distract him.
Went behind, to distract him. I went behind the chutes, packed up my stuff. I walked. Lynette she was madder than a hornet. She was yelling at the bullfighters. She was
Where the fuck are you guys
she
at?
was mad, dude. She was mad. She's livid. And I said, that's it. Because I looked at her and I went, if I would have gotten killed, I never would have gotten to see my son. I never would have gotten to hold him, play with him, watch him grow up.
Right.
He was the last one to get married.
Yeah. He's been
so-
here a couple times with some of
Yeah,
the parties
yeah.
and hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Great.
he
And
really
his
enjoys
wife.
coming here.
Both.
Yep.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's again.
Was
it's
that
just
so?
adrenaline.
Did you quit drinking before? I'm trying to remember our conversations, but for the audience, they don't even have a clue. You said that night you were sober. Mm-hmm. Had you already quit drinking
Yes.
up to that point?
Yeah.
Because you just knew it was out of control, or was?
Oh, I knew it was out of control
Yeah.
because when I was in the Army actually put me in rehab. So normal
Wow, so
rehab
that's-
inpatient is like 6 weeks. I was in for 12 weeks. I was so bad because after Haiti, with some PTSD stuff.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't combat related. Mine was inner service related. Dead bodies every day. I mean, Haiti
Okay.
is not a fun place.
No, dude.
So basically the Army said, you're going to rehab. There's nothing you can do about it. So I was in there
Wow.
for 12 weeks.
12 weeks. Now,
12
what's an average day in there? Because you're still under
You go through
military control.
therapy. You're no longer with your unit. You're a patient of the hospital.
Yeah.
So you have therapy, you have group sessions, you have AA meetings.
So
You
it's
have,
like a typical,
just like
rehab.
any other normal rehab, right?
but the military threw you in and said, we own your ass and you're getting clean.
Basically, that's all it was. But to tell you the truth, though, when I got out of there,
Yeah.
I graduated. I think my battalion commander, my captain, and my first sergeant showed up to the graduation. They're all like, "Hey, congratulations! Yeah, you got 3-day pass, right?" And I'm like, "Cool." Guess what I did?
You went and got hammered.
I got hammered.
Wow.
I got hammered off like 6 beers.
Because your body had adjusted again. You
But
had
I
no
was
tolerance.
so drunk. I went right back to drinking, and it wasn't until later with Lynn
Yeah.
and everything going on.
Well, you told me it was just looking at the family and going, I got to make a change. As
Yeah,
well
I
as
had.
the bull
I
riding.
mean, she was going to leave me.
Yeah.
She was just going to. I mean,
She's
it wasn't that we had fights. We weren't physical. I was always out rodeoing.
Right.
It was she had been down that road.
Yeah.
And she knew by looking at me, that's what's coming.
Right.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm not sticking around for this. I went, well, time to make a change.
Yeah.
And I did.
So you quit the drinking first, and then that last ride,
That was the last one.
you're like, I'm done.
The last one, yeah. I wouldn't do it anymore. I can't go now. I can't go to rodeo arenas now.
Yeah, you were
'Cause
telling me
that's
about that
my wet place.
because obviously we drink here in the man cave a lot.
Yeah, but
And you're like, no, it's the smell of the rodeo and the atmosphere.
That's my wet
That's
place.
because that was one of the questions. I'm like, well, would there be a potential to play as a band at one of the event that had rodeo attached, like a county fair type thing? And I was like, would you be okay there?
You
Or
and
would
Matt were like, dude, we got you.
Yeah.
We're not gonna.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
We're not gonna
But I don't.
let anything
But I don't
happen.
ever want to put anybody in my oldest son's. He's sober now 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he rolled his truck and he was pretty, but he struggled with stuff like that for a
It's
long
hard.
time.
It's hard, but I mean, I wouldn't put myself in that situation either. If let's say I'm having a really bad day and I'm just edgy,
Mm-hmm.
right, and that show's coming up, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the show because I know
Right.
myself what would happen if I were to walk in that
And
show.
26
We could do
years,
the show,
yeah.
and I could turn around and disappear. You wouldn't even know it. And
Right.
I would be.
And that's where I'm like, do we even want to go down that road? Because it's not worth it.
Rodeos, probably not. Probably not. Barbecue events, oh yeah, I'm good. Because I have food.
Dude.
I have food, I'm good there.
Yeah, well, I want to gear up for this 4th of July. It looks like we're going to put this together. 4th of July barbecue.
Oh, look,
What's he say?
Cheryl did pick up some real tamales at a local Mexican supermarket.
Yeah.
Mexican bakery clothes. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Get some conscious.
You've met Dale.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I met Dale.
Dale and Cheryl sitting there. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your service, and then we'll touch on some of these news things.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to we already talked a little bit about how the Cinco de Mayo is really it's a white holiday.
Yeah. It's an amateur holiday.
It is. And it's just another reason for people to drink and stuff
drink,
like
that's
that.
all it is.
That's all it is. I mean, it's the same thing. We hold one of our next to the Super Bowl and my birthday. The next biggest party here annually is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Because
But that food was phenomenal, dude. The food was
when
phenomenal.
I like cut off little pieces and I'm handing it to you. Or I
That
let
was
everybody taste, and
so
you went,
good.
"Holy shit!" I was like,
Yeah.
"Would you like to cut the rest of this corned beef?" And you're like, "Yes."
Yeah, and I was getting hawked. There were guys like their mouth. I was like,
Dude, you were surrounded.
I was
They were like,
surrounded, and they wouldn't touch it. They were being cool.
dude,
They're
it was
"Nope."
like a carcass laying in the road, and the vultures are just staring it down, waiting for all the cars to pass
Yeah.
by.
That's
They're like,
exactly
"We're
what it
coming
was.
in to get it,
That's
man."
exactly what it was.
I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, Dale says he likes St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, dude, that corned beef turned out, what did I do, a 7.5 hour smoke?
You put it on at 6. So it's 7. I think it was closer to 8.
8 hour smoke?
Yeah, I believe it was about 8 hours.
Yeah, because I like to do the bulk of the time straight up on the grates, right on the smoker, right on the grates. And I do rotate a little bit because I got obviously with a pellet burner, you get a hot spot right in
That
the
one
middle.
hot spot, yeah.
And so I like to move them around once or twice just and you put your thicker one right there in the middle. Your thicker ones, a couple of them, right there in the middle. But you still rotate them, and you'll get a few of those corned beefs that are wedged, so they're real thick on one side and then they wedge down.
Yeah, almost like a burnt end when I was cutting
So
it.
I try to throw those near the ends of the smoker so that they cook more evenly. But then I like to throw them, or I do throw them after. I try to go like one of the rule of thumbs out there is 3-2-1 for ribs. You know, it's 3 hours,
Same
2
thing.
hours, 1 hour, and so I tend to. So if it was 8 hours, then at about 4.5, 5 hours, that's when I pulled them and put them in the pans.
Right.
And put the brown sugar on the bottom, and then poured a couple
You're making me hungry, dude. Come on.
reds. Actually, did I do cider that time, or did I do reds? I either do cider, actual apple cider.
You did cider.
I did cider.
Yeah, you did cider.
So I'll
this time.
either whatever I have on hand. If it's either apple cider or
Well, you had both.
It's
but this
reds
one you made
with cider.
with cider
And
and
so
the season packets.
yeah, well I do those. So I do the
Was it Dijon?
mustard. I do straight mustard with
right.
the barbecue,
Yeah,
and I mix
yeah.
them together, and then I pour the seasoned packets over that. And that's the smoke. And then when I pull them off, I stick
Y'all
them in
can
that,
smell this. I know you can.
and then pull that up. And then I like to do the what else did I do? I did they were from Gordon's, which Gordon's does a really good job on their stuff. But I had it was the souffle, the sweet potato souffle.
Oh, yeah, that's.
And then there was a cornbread. I did a cornbread.
There was
Did I do
some
my cornbread?
Au gratin potatoes.
Oh, that's right. I did au gratin potatoes, and then Dale brought his cowboy beans.
Yeah,
They had the
cowboy
big
beans.
thing of the cowboy
There
baked
wasn't
beans.
too much of this left.
Dude, I ended up with one small
Yeah.
thing, which is better than the year before, because the year before I thought I had some extras, and somebody was like, "Can I take these last 3 pieces?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Not thinking that I didn't have. Dude, I had, but luckily this St. Patrick's Day I actually ate. Normally when there's a show going on here or party going on here,
Yeah.
I eat very little. I just
Oh, I picked out.
because my adrenaline's going and I'm just moving and I'm doing everything and I'll sample, you know, I'm taste testing everything, but I don't like put a plate together because I know if I put a plate together,
Yep.
and if I'm sitting there like now I'm lethargic because I ate too much, and it's not even a conscious thing. I'll just go. Different people that know me, they'll go, "Did you eat?" I'm like, "I snacked on some stuff. I grabbed a couple things." They're like, "Did you sit down and eat?" I'm like, "I'm fine." You know, I've done whole shows where I didn't eat at all, like
Oh, I
the
can't
whole
do
night.
that.
And I'm like, well, I mean,
Ain't never gonna happen.
I'm sipping, you know, and they're like, "Dude, you got to eat." And I'm like, "I know."
I had a bowl. Of those burnt ends.
I know. And
The
the
guys destroyed the bowl.
you cut the burnt ends off, and you're like, "Well, we'll set those aside." And guys just kept walking up and go, "Are those available?" We're like, "Yeah." And they just kept grabbing them, dude.
Guys mouthed them.
I was like, "Holy shit!" What's he say? I am the same way when I'm doing a big cook.
Oh, yeah.
You're taste testing and you're sampling, but you're not. It's just like you don't take the time to make yourself a plate. I don't.
Right.
A lot of times because you're sampling, you're checking stuff out.
I
and
did.
Then you're
You came
making
up
sure.
and took a picture of my plate after I already eaten
Dude.
half of it.
Yeah, we posted that. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't post like stuff like that. That would be phenomenal when I'm
Yeah.
cooking stuff.
Oh, I'll be doing that.
I could be doing that before every podcast because I cook for almost every podcast except today and a few. You know, every once in a while, I could be going, "Hey, getting ready for the podcast." That would be promotion. That would be, you know, "Hey, getting ready for the podcast. Here's what I'm cooking for the podcast." You know, just waiting for the guys to get here. We've talked about it when we build up the subscription a little bit more. I would love to do a private video, you know, members only video of cooking
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yep.
And after we close out the official show while we're still walking, because half the time most of the shows that we do, guys, we do whatever time we finish, unless a guest really has to get right out of here on like a Sunday or something like that. Half the time we're up here for another half an hour to an hour.
Oh, yeah, easily.
I've been done. We've been done with the show, and an hour and a half later, Patrick and Teddy and I are still down there talking.
Well, they're down there eating too. Whatever they didn't eat
Whatever-
before the show, they're down there
They're down there
munching.
snacking, yeah. And so it's like, that's the type of stuff where if we've got our lapels on and stuff like that, and we just know that the camera's on, because there's nothing we're saying then that isn't
No.
something, the conversations don't change. We're
I
not
think-
Democrats that talk behind the scenes of different, say different shit than what we say on. You're not going to get a hot mic from us. You know?
No.
It's like.
Because there's nothing that's said up here at this table that's not said down there.
Exactly.
Nothing said.
Exactly. And so it's
what you see here is what you get down there.
Exactly.
You might be a little tighter, you know.
Well, I like for the first hour, I might censor myself a little bit on the cussing, but
Yeah.
that's just because I know a few of our people have the kids that maybe they don't put the kids to bed till 9. Is it past 9?
I don't know.
Dude, my
Yeah, it
camera,
is.
my thing's not working.
It's 9:30.
That tablet died, or it's so that tablet up there hanging above you.
Died?
Well, the only thing I use it for is a clock.
Why don't you just get
It's
a
so
clock?
old. I've looked. I want like a studio clock, like the red numbered studio clocks. I just haven't found one that like they sell a bunch of junk. I want that one, and I want to have an on-air studio to where when we go live, like there would be one outside that says on air.
I'll just hook up a wire and then buzz your seat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's I leave it to where I'm like, all right, if it's after 9 o'clock now, we can drop some F-bombs. We get that. Tell me a little bit about your service, and then we'll get into some of this, more of this news and stuff like that. But you served what, 6 years?
7.
7.
Yep.
You
7
did
years.
two enlisted, and then the other 5.
No, they're all enlisted.
All enlisted.
All enlisted.
So you re-upped.
Yeah, I re-upped. So I did about 4 years Hawaii, re-enlisted on the Arizona. I did. So it was kind of screwed out because it was my first stint, and I was 3 months from ETSing, ending tour of service. Right?
Okay.
And my platoon sergeant come up and they're like, Claire, when do you ETS, or are you going to re-enlist? And I'm like, contract's up in 3 months. Well, everybody started freaking out because you're supposed to start out processing like 6 months prior to your ETS.
Okay.
Like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'll re-enlist. Mm-hmm. So they go, oh, well, what do you want to re-enlist? Are you going to re-enlist with us? I said, no, I'm going to go in the Marine Corps. I want to go in the Marine Corps. So I enlisted as a military police officer.
Okay.
In the Army. But I wanted to be a Marine. I didn't care if I was a rifleman. I wanted to be a Marine. I knew in my heart I'd have been a great Marine, right?
Right.
So they had a retention NCO from the Marine Corps come in, look at my record, and they're like, yeah, the Marines will take you. So I got ready to sign, and actually I had the paper in front of me, and I got ready to sign, and they said, here's your ship date, all your stuff is going to go into storage, you're going to lose 1 rank. At the time I was an E4P, almost an E5.
Okay.
You're going to lose 1 rank, so I'll be a Lance Corporal in the Marine Corps. I'm like, okay,
Right.
whatever. I'm 27 years old, right?
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool, I'll be a Lance Corporal. I'll work my way back up. And just as the pen hit the paper, he goes, and you report to basic training to Parris Island, South Carolina on this date. And I went, well, what?
Not going back through basic.
I'm 27 years old, dude. I've been partying. I've been smoking. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in good shape, but I'm not Marine Corps basic training teenage shape, you know.
Yeah.
I said, no, I think I'm going to pass. And he's like, all right, good luck. So then I re-enlisted back in the Military Police Corps.
Okay.
And once I re-enlisted, I finished my tour in Schofield Barracks in Hawaii, which beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, what
For
a
your
tough,
first
what a
duty
tough
station.
place to do.
My first wife, she hated it. She was there, her and the kids showed up, and 2 months later, she said, I hate you, I hate the military, I'm moving back to Michigan. I went, bye, sorry, I can't leave. I'm here for 3 years at a minimum.
Yeah, you're locked in.
Yeah, so she left. We ended up divorced, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. And I re-enlisted for Fort Hood because I was then, at the time when I was re-enlisting, into bull riding and the cowboy way of life. What better place to be than
right there.
Texas? And stayed in Texas for 3 years and got out and stayed bull riding for a while. And
Wow.
that's pretty much it.
What
I
are
had
some
a
of
few
the
deployments?
So Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
Texas. What are some other places? You said Haiti.
Haiti, yeah, I was deployed to Haiti during Operation Uphold Democracy. been to,
Did it actually uphold democracy?
no, democracy was gone when we showed up. It wasn't even there. It was,
that-
it was
that
a
was-
coup.
when
That
was the earthquake?
Aristide, that was way after. That
Way
was,
after, yeah.
I want to say that was in 2000.
It was whenever Hillary brought in
Three?
the Clinton Foundation and started smuggling kids out of there.
Well, I mean, that place is,
It's a hellhole.
yeah,
We had
is-
We had some missionaries that we hoped we would give them stuff.
I would go
was-
back to Haiti as a missionary, but there's certain places, like you could take downtown Detroit, downtown LA, Chicago, lump them all together on the worst day of the year, and they still would not even come close to what the people in Haiti are dealing with, or
Yeah.
we're dealing with, maybe still are dealing with, which I'm sure they
Yeah.
are.
And it's amazing to me because Haiti is a divided island and the Dominican Republic is gorgeous. It's a
night and
spiritual
day.
thing. It's a spiritual
Night and day.
thing,
There is, so where I was at was the slums. It was in Fontamara.
which to have
and
have
maybe
the
some of
slums
my-
of Haiti
Oh,
is
yeah.
it's like, because their high end is not.
We were there, I want to say maybe a week after we in process, got our vehicles, got everything. The very first call we went up to our police station, and maybe some of my brothers that I had invited are listening.
Jabovi says the average IQ is 60. What else is it gonna be? Yeah,
Do what?
the average IQ down there is 60
Yeah.
in the 60s.
Oh, Christian's on.
Oh, good to see you, buddy.
We got a call. We just got told it was a body. When we showed up, we couldn't find it because there's traffic. There's streets, but they don't drive on streets. They drive wherever there's an opening.
Right.
So this little 8-year-old kid was on the back of what's called a tap-tap. It's a Zuzu pickup with a steel cage ironed on, and they have a driver and a tap guy, right? So they tap it with a steel post, and the driver stops. The guy in the back takes the money. It's like a taxi type thing.
Okay.
This little boy jumped off. He jumped off into oncoming traffic and was struck immediately. And you got to remember, like Caribbean islands, they decorate these vehicles that look like sharks or really
yeah,
bright
dude.
painting and
Yeah.
stuff. So his leg contacted the tooth of the front of this thing, and it took out basically the whole front of his leg. He was on the ground on the sidewalk, and people were stepping over him like garbage. Nobody was stopping him. That was the very first call I went on that just floored me. I was so upset.
Because you're military police, so you're gonna have to cordon it off and let the MEs get in there.
Well, no, what we had to do
or
is,
not the
as
MEs,
our
but
job,
the paramedics.
there was no paramedics.
So you guys were doing
He
dual
was
duty.
dead. The kid was dead.
Oh, he was already dead.
He was dead because there was no blood. There was no blood on
wow.
any of his wounds. He had quite a few because he had been run over a couple times, ended up on the sidewalk. And,
Wow.
But-
so they just stepped over him and they didn't.
well, they call the coroner, and the coroner says, you can't cover the body, so you have to stay there with an uncovered body in Haiti until the coroner shows up.
Is
It's-
that is
it's
that
a
part of the
religious
is
thing.
it part of the voodoo stuff
Yeah.
and keeping, because otherwise they'll try and snatch up the bodies and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's a voodoo thing. But so when he
Wow.
called it, we bagged him and they took him to the morgue. We went to the morgue, and actually I wrote a song about it called Baby with Blue Eyes. So when I walked into the morgue, they had bread racks, and they had babies and children on these bread racks, and their heads were tilted back or whatever, and they're bluest eyes I'd ever seen, white blue, dead. So I wrote a song
From
about it.
what
They were just dead, and they were sitting in a morgue.
like stillbirths or
No,
or
people killed kids or ran over or
oh wow.
discarded babies. I
Yeah.
mean, it was bad.
I remember one of our Haitian missionaries. He was telling us he would come up like once a year, and we would get a bunch of stuff. We would try to fill. I know a little bit about the earthquake because we were filling up. We were working with some other churches, our church, and then we were working with some other ones to fill up a shipping container with supplies. And then once it was full, then they would arrange to have it shipped down there.
Probably never made it.
Once the earthquake happened,
Yeah.
that's when they stopped them in port and wouldn't let them go to the people. And the missionary came back after that, or even before that, he was talking about it. He's like, yeah, he said, he goes, Americans have a huge misconception of what goes down there. He goes, all these bleeding hearts came down there and got rid of the sweatshops. He said, so now nobody has a job.
Well,
At least when they had the sweatshops, yeah, it was shitty, it was horrible, but they had a job. Then they took away the jobs, and he says, now I'm trying to feed the kids, and they make mud cookies,
yeah.
dirt cookies.
We couldn't. We used to throw like when we went to Chow Line. You know, Mars Candy Company used to send cases of M&Ms and all Mars candy. So we'd take a box.
Yeah.
And we'd throw it to the kids. Well, we were told by our commander,
Don't do it.
don't do it because you're starting riots. Your kids are getting killed because of this.
Yeah, because they're fighting with each other over it.
There was so many things. Now think of and people don't understand that the infrastructure, the building infrastructure is so bad. People are living in, if they can find cinder blocks to make a house.
They said when the hurricanes hit and everything gets wiped out,
Yeah.
the first people to grab the cinder blocks and the sheet metal to put on as a roof are the first ones to get their houses back.
Yeah.
And they don't give a shit whose cinder blocks it was.
You know how they get electricity? So if you're lucky enough to build your hut, buy an electrical line, because there are very few electrical lines running through Port-au-Prince, right? They take copper wire and they hook it and they build a panel to power into the house. Not like an electrical panel you think. They take a copper wire and then the guy tries to drop it, and a
Just
lot of
right.
times he doesn't make it. And
He gets
he's
fried.
flying on the back of the house when we showed up, and you'd have to take care of all that stuff. We watched, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. So Haiti was one of them. I've been on prisoner escorts, you know, team events, JRTC, NTC,
Yeah.
Korea, Team Spirit. There's other events that we've been to, bigger, not really deployments, but they're usually a month or so.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun. I got a lot of
What else?
traveling.
So Haiti, Hawaii, Texas, where else?
God, all over Korea.
Yeah, your military
Germany.
police, so they're gonna send you on a lot of different deployments.
There's a lot of military police, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you're keeping track of as the stuff you're describing, but you're also got to keep track of the soldiers themselves that are maybe they go on R&R.
Well,
they're
and
getting
that's the
wasted.
problem.
You got to bring them back.
That's the problem is
Yeah.
being an MP sucks. You know, no different than civilian police out here. And shout out to my LEO, my Leos out there. I love you guys and I support you. You know, they have the entire society is being turned against our Leos,
Yeah.
which is absolutely wrong. In the military, I not only have to deal with civilians, I have to deal with my military counterparts.
Right.
And the one gunfight, the one issue we gotten into was a drug dealer that was an E6 on post. You got to remember,
He's
whatever you
dealing
have-
drugs to the base.
whatever you have in civilian community, you have in a condensed population the exact same problems. You
Right.
have rapes.
Smuggling,
have-
rapes.
You have rapes. You
Yeah.
have
How big of a deal was
molestation.
that in there with the
Huge.
male and
Huge.
female populations in there?
Huge.
That's one of the things I don't doubt a lot of women have
A
the
lot of
tenacity.
SA.
I know that they have the tenacity and they can do that, but that element of warfare, to have that feminine element in those type
yeah.
of conditions, that's one of the reasons. It's not because I don't think that they're capable, but if you're going to do it, then have segregated areas, and I don't know how you do that. I don't think you can.
When I went through basic at Fort McClellan, we trained with the females, so they were in our same barracks. They were not sleeping in the same room. Like we had 4 levels, right? And
Okay.
It's called the quad.
Okay.
And you have 4 levels.
'Cause, I
Actually,
mean,
there were 3.
One of the
So,
things they do with your boot camp is to strip you down
Yeah.
to next to nothing. I mean, it's like I was watching a documentary on Full Metal Jacket, and the scene where they go into the head, and there's no doors, there's no stalls, there's just a line of toilets on one side and a line of urinals on the other side.
Well, and some of them, like
Some of them,
yeah,
But I'm
but-
saying the idea is they want to break you down to a level of not being embarrassed and also having a cohesion, so there's nothing hidden.
Oh, there's nothing hidden.
Yeah.
When we went through, we had stalls, we had shower. You know, you didn't have to shower with a bunch of guys.
Right.
But like when there's 3 quads, so when we first got there, they actually made a mistake. The drill sergeants put us on. I was in Bravo 795, so we were on the top floor. Well,
Okay.
when the females came in from reception,
Yeah.
they got put on the bottom floor so we could see straight down. You know, and I mean, you could see quite a bit going on. Well, then they figured out, oh, we screwed up. Then
Yeah.
they moved the females up here.
Okay.
And all the males down at the bottom,
Right.
so you couldn't.
Was there a lot? So next to the rapes and the molestations and other stuff
yeah.
like that, was there a lot of fraternizing as well? A lot of conjugal visits and stuff like that.
Ton.
Yeah.
I mean, there's reports of drill sergeants getting in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
I didn't know any personally that went on.
Okay.
The drill sergeants we have were pretty
solid.
rough. Plus, I had 2 female drill sergeants too. Drill Sergeant Jack, she was maybe 5'3". She was the strongest woman I've ever known.
Really?
She was the meanest one. We were scared of her, and we were her very first class out of DI school, out of drill instructor school.
So she was going to lay the law down.
Oh,
and
she
didn't
did.
give a shit.
She was Mama. I mean, she was Mama Bear.
Wow.
She did not mess around. We had so much respect for her. The guys kind of eased up a little bit. She never eased up one time until graduation day.
And then what? Then
And she started crying because we were
first.
When she signed out, when she released us, we were her first class.
Wow.
And when she gave that final command, you know,
she let her emotions.
She let her emotions show.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Did you guys rally around her?
Oh yeah.
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 That's awesome.
I mean, we didn't hug her or anything because you can't, you know. But I mean,
But
we
you're
were
like, yeah.
you're the best.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Wow. So Germany, Korea. What else?
Texas, Haiti. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Just, you know,
And always military police, stuff like that.
always military.
What's
police.
the? I know you told me before that you had Clinton came in a couple times as president.
That was in Haiti. In Haiti, we were security for the palace. So when we did searches of the palace, like K9 went in, there was a big argument. I can't remember the other K9 officer's name. He got in a knockdown, drag out, almost fist fight with one of the security people from the Haitian government because they said put boots on your dogs, and they were like,
I'm putting boots on our
we're
dogs.
not putting boots on our dog because we're walking in the palace. I get their reasoning behind it, but the dog is trained to be a certain way. So anyway, they caved to us.
As well as a
and
dog,
they were
if dogs don't have tactile,
well, they're trained. The canine dogs are actually, you can put boots on
you
them,
can put boots on them.
but like Troy, my buddy, who's a canine officer, he's a master trainer.
Yeah.
He's like, I would never in a million years. You can, but they have to really be trained to walk because they can't
You
run.
can't just surprise
They
them.
can't.
No,
yeah,
they got no
can't
grip.
run.
They got no.
So bomb dogs could be that, but attack dogs, no.
No.
But he flew in, gave his speech, and I am not a Democrat. I am not a liberal. I'm 100%. I'll tell you the truth. I'm Republican. I'm conservative.
Right.
I'm a constitutionalist.
Right.
But I would have laid down my life if called to protect President Clinton at the time.
Because it was your job.
That was my job.
That was, and that you hold your oath higher than his character flaws.
Yeah. And it was through all that other blue dress crap and all the other stuff that went on with Monica.
Yeah.
When they came out of the back, we almost got run over by our own Secret Service because they won't stop.
Right.
They will not stop.
Yeah.
If you're in the road, you're
Yeah.
going to be roadkill.
Yeah.
So get out of the way. We almost got hit because we're trying to stop traffic, and we had their route 2 minutes before they left.
Right. Because
They wouldn't
they're
tell
not
us
releasing
anything.
it any sooner than that.
As soon as they hit the road, we heard the motorcade coming, and they were not stopping. Easy, 75, 80 miles an hour.
It's
gone.
incredible, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Wow.
A lot of fun.
Wow. Earlier question, Michigan Rocks. I'm not sure who that is, but the earlier question: are you America first or Israel first? I'm Jesus first, freedom first, and then America first. I do not. I believe I have a lot of Jewish friends. I may have some Jewish lineage in my past. I do not like a lot of the horrible things that the American government does. I don't like the stuff that the Israeli government does. And I don't like what the British government, a lot of the evils that they do. Just to point out the three big ones out there, but most governments out there are corrupt and evil. So that's just, God, country, family, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you ask me, I'm America first, but I will explain that dynamic of, I don't hate Israel, but I hate what Israel's doing. I don't hate this. I don't hate the people that serve in the CIA, but I think a lot of the things that the CIA does is undermines. They go in and they overthrow a country, and we're going to bring regime, and it's the same fucking government or worse. Now it's just ridiculous. Anyway, so that was a question earlier, and I see Tim's chiming in finally coming in 90 minutes late. I did do 9/11. Thank you, John Bovee. Next time you point that out to the whole audience so that they can see it and read your comments, you need to give me a super chat. I don't care. It's 10 cents. You can't just throw out information like that and not back it up with some cashola, bro.
Right. Yeah.
You sent me a couple things. Oh, he's going to slap the cat. You sent me a couple things. I'm going to grab it over here. I want to see where we're at on the... what is this? Detroit woman gets less than a year for crash that severely hurt a 9-year-old. Oh, of course, dude. Of course. That's the way things work. Did I cover up my microphone? All of a sudden I was muffled. I was going to check the Facebook real quick.
And before anybody asks, yes, it's Copenhagen.
Right? They were curious. Inquiring minds wanted to know.
It's not Zine.
You sent me which one? I'm going to see if they're going to play. This one was the first one you sent me yesterday.
That's because it's May the 4th be with you.
And of course, remember when I opened it up and there was all sorts of sound? Now I open it up this time and it's that's one you sent me. But this was the other one you sent me.
Oh, the other one's hilarious.
Let's see.
For those of you that like Jeff Dunham.
Is that what it?
No, that ain't it.
What the hell? Oh, it's
The Jeff Dunham one.
I know it has to do with your. I thought it was going to go to your second one that you sent me, and it didn't. It didn't do it like that. Don't do me like that. Look at it spinning over here. It's so stupid. All right, so this is Jeff Dunham. We'll probably get a community strike on YouTube, but fuck YouTube. And I got to make sure I'm. There it is.
Read the card, please.
I'm a Jedi Kniggatit.
That's Jedi Knight.
No, I'm not.
I have been waiting for you, Obi-Wan.
It's Obi-Wan. Could you do it again, please?
What? These are not the droids you're looking for. Do or do not. There is no try, senor.
Abracadabra. Shazam! Almost got it.
Use the Force, dumbass.
Luke!
I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
You're not my father. You're my uncle's cousin's brother, and they got divorced, so you're nothing to me.
It's use the Force, Luke.
Use the Force, dumbass. Was that better?
Who gives a dog a gun? Seriously, really?
Holy crap, this turban is heavy.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not.
I am a Jedi. Honest Pete.
Princess Leia is my sister?
Come to the dark side. Because if you don't, I kill you. Welcome to the Star Wars Cantina. Get your shit and get out.
He doesn't actually say, I kill you.
Yes, he does. May the Force be with you, senor.
Could you read that line one more time, just with a little more energy?
May the Force be with you, senor. I felt a great disturbance in the Force. That's better. Can I kill someone now? Seriously.
May the Force be with you.
Chewbacca doesn't have lines.
Whatever.
Oh, my arm! Ow! Ow! Dad, no!
When do I get to start killing people? You got the Death Star, you got your light sticks, you got the freaking Force. Why not just the bomb? All done. Genius.
I think I need to go to the doctor because this has been out for more than 4 hours. Cut.
May the force be with you. All right, I don't think there's as funny of stuff for Cinco de Mayo, obviously.
No.
So, are you a big Star Wars fan like me, or
Oh, yeah,
are you?
yeah. I am. So
I
Christian
know
is too.
Christian came in and was like geeked
He,
out,
oh,
dude.
he is, man. He geeked out.
I tried to turn it down, guys.
He,
I tried to turn it down in the moment. My bad.
I still remember going and standing in line for probably 2 hours to the very first Star Wars at Livonia Mall when my dad took me.
Oh wow, how old were you?
Let's see, that was in what, 79?
77.
77? I was 7.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I remember that. And then I remember taking my boys. So when Brendan, one of my other sons, was about the same age, it was when Force Awakens.
Okay.
That real weird kind of, after the first 3, that they had those really weird shaped ships, and it didn't fit with like what they're doing now or what they did now.
Okay. Talking about the prequels?
Yeah, the prequel stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But I remember taking him, and he
the Phantom Menace was the first one.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But he sat the whole time.
And just glued.
And for probably 3 Halloweens after, you guarantee he was Darth Maul.
Dude, Darth Maul, totally. Yeah.
And Christian?
Yeah.
Christian's the same way. Christian is a movie buff.
I know, we got to have a movie night,
he-
over here.
He loves movies. Him and Liv
Yeah.
enjoy going to the movies.
So I that's what I posted on there. I was born in November 72, and Star Wars came out in May 77. So I was, 3.5, maybe 4 years old? I can't do fucking math. But so I love The New Hope, right? Mm-hmm. But the one that really impacted me the most was I was coming into it at Return of the Jedi, and I don't remember seeing it in theaters.
I saw all 3. I
I don't remember seeing it in theaters. I knew I knew somehow we saw it. I don't know if it was even VHS or beta or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. I knew we'd seen it. There was even I remember laser discs back then of having Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I know when Return of the Jedi came out, we had, like my cousin's parents used to buy him everything, but he had the Ewok Village, dude.
I think Christian does too.
Right? The whole Ewok Village.
In Legos,
and we would have, no, this was the original, like,
Oh,
Mattel.
the Village.
Yeah, the Mattel stuff. I had, one year I ended up with a Y-Wing fighter, the big Y-Wing fighter.
I think I had the Y-Wing. Is that the one you push R2-D2 down and the wings open?
No, that was the
The X-Wing.
X-Wing.
Yeah.
No, the Y-Wing was the one that comes down that's got the fuselage with the long...
Christian's probably yelling at me
yeah.
right now.
He's like, no, Dad, are you serious? But
He's probably cussing me out.
of course, we had the, I think everybody, it was part of your parting gifts. Everybody got a speeder, the Endor speeder bike.
Yeah.
You got one of those bikes. And I loved watching the documentary on that, on how they had a Steadicam like they did that was developed. First time they ever used a Steadicam like that, because it was so low budget, was Rocky. And when Rocky's running through town, they were like, well, we can't afford to set up a track everywhere you're running, and we have to try to make this shot steady. So this guy developed a thing to put on and run along with Rocky, or with Sylvester Stallone,
right,
and hold the camera still. So it was the same thing for, so that technology advanced, a bit.
Now they use drones.
Yeah, that's so much better because they actually stay gimbals. Dude, I can't stand it when people do the shaky camera shit. It's like, give me a beautiful still shot. They're like, we want you feel part of the action. I'll feel part of the action if you hold the fucking camera still. But Oh, he just says, Christian says he just went to see Michael.
Yeah, he was
great.
going to see that.
Okay. But I loved it. They had the steady cameras, the whole harness, and they just were running through the redwood forest. They had the camera on whatever it was, whatever the speed they set it on.
Right.
They ran through on foot, and then they sped it up for the shots of the bikes going through to speed it up.
Yeah, look how far movie making is. I mean, half of that stuff now you can do on your iPhone.
But you know what? The funny thing is, I like the. Thanks, Tim. Tim says he sent me a picture of the Y-wing fighter and a dick pic. So we'll go ahead and hit the Y-wing fighter, but not the dick. Oh, it is a dick pic. My bad. He said it's what? Is it opening up? There it is. That's the Y-wing fighter that I had as a kid.
yeah.
Did you have that one?
No, I didn't have that one. I had the X-wing. You press down R2D2.
Yeah. So this one has the droid right here, right there. You guys
Okay.
can't see it, but there's a droid in there. But the Y-wing fighter was next to the X-wing. The Y-wing was the most prominent, and then you had the A-wing, which was the one that crashes in Return of the Jedi when there's two of the big Empire ships, the two Star Destroyers. They come in, they're like about to crash, and this one guy gets shot, and he's in an A-wing, and he's like, "Look out!" And he crashes into the bridge. The one that crashes in the bridge in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's an A-wing, and then there's the ship that Luke had was the. This is pretty cool, Tim. This site you sent me to. Wow, this has got all of it.
Yeah, Christian collects Legos.
Oh yeah,
all
well,
up.
dude, he was geeking out on my shelf over there. Yeah.
He's got a ton. Him and Olivia, that's like their zen.
Oh yeah, dude, puzzles, and I do mostly Star Wars puzzles, as you can see, and my Legos. My problem is I videotaped so much of them. I have like 4-camera shoot. Like I got an overhead camera, I got a camera facing me, I got a camera coming on the side of me, and then I have the man cave shot, which gets the overview of me sitting there, which would be like the very little bit of that B-roll, you know, when I'm starting out. But it's 4 cameras, and I'm like, I just have this difficulty sitting. I'm the ADHD, but I need to sit down and edit it because I've recorded multiple. I've recorded Legos, putting Legos together. I've recorded doing multiple puzzles.
See, there you go, Christian.
Yeah, yeah. And Tim's down in Oregon, so he can't do my editing like he used to do. Yeah, the dick pic that he sent me was actually Dick Cheney. There's a picture of Dick Cheney. So you guys out there in Ann Arbor, don't freak out that there was an actual dick pic. Finally, I get a super chat from John Bovey, and he says, "I love Israel, Jeremy, and all other Jews." Listen, Bovey, you're such a dumbass. What's he say? Stupid autocorrect. What does he say? A Y? That's the youth practical is better than CGI, and the volume, Disney.
I don't know.
That's the Y bomber, is it? It says Y-wing starfighter on the database. Right here, Y-wing starfighter.
Way to go, Christian.
Yeah. It says the A-wing. You know what I think the coolest one was ever was the B-wing. You remember the B-wing?
No, I remember the TIE fighters.
Did it search? I went into search.
It says databank.
B-wing. Oh, it's one of these ones where you can't just hit that. Remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the B-wing fighter.
That's cool, too.
And what was awesome about it was when you got the toy, when you got the actual, the Mattel model, so the cockpit of it, where the fighter sits, it rotates, so the whole ship can rotate and the cockpit will stay. I don't know what. If space is real, why would you need the cockpit to stay? Be able
That's
to
like
rotate
the UFOs
around the.
now down in Roswell and down
Yeah.
in Arizona. I mean, that's
like-
the same thing that they are.
Exactly. So, but when you got the ship, you could take the ship and you could spin it, and you could spin it. This whole
So it's on its own
this
gimbal.
this whole part right here, you could spin. The cockpit would stay level to the ground, like whatever it was. I'm like, well, when you're in space, there's no like gravity point, but whatever. Anyway, so and then these wings would fold down too when it would go into a certain mode. But it was one of my favorite ones just because it was this goofy
Awkward.
ass.
Yeah.
This is the front of it. This is how it's flying. So your cockpit's way over here, which. Like the Y-wing we're looking at is dead center. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The cockpit's dead center. The X-wing's dead center. The A-wing, what's the other one that's, I want to say the snow speeder. That's what it's called. I'm going to try to do a search again. Snow speeder.
So on this,
Yeah.
on the final, when Luke dies, he's sitting on the rock, the final installment of the whole thing.
Oh, right.
One of
Where
the
Ryan
best
Johnson fucked him up.
scenes, one of the best scenes, in my opinion,
Yeah.
is when the Empire is coming across the white and it's splitting that ice and it's all red.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it?
I think that's the best scene.
Dude, it's awesome. It is awesome. Why am I not getting the snow speeder?
Because it don't exist.
It does exist. What the fuck?
Christian, help him out.
Luke. It's Luke's snow speeder when he goes and when they wrap the legs around an Empire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did your mic cut out?
Not that I know of.
Is your red light still on?
No.
Shit. I'm going to sequester those batteries now. I'm going to give you 2 new ones and sequester them. So what's your favorite one out of all the Star Wars movies? And then, Christian, I need you to chime in on that too, buddy. Your absolute favorite Star Wars movie out of the 11. I'm going to give you that much. Out of the 11.
I think for me,
Yeah.
the final one, because they did really good putting everything together,
Recapping it.
recapping it, bringing in the lineage of the son of Kylo.
So you like the Rise of Skywalker? What is
Yeah.
it called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
The
don't-
Force
I don't like-
Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. The only thing I didn't like was the fighting scene between Rey and Kylo in the woods. It just seemed kind of a little hokey to me. Mm-hmm. But the cinematographics in that movie
Well, it was
itself
Abrams.
was
I mean,
phenomenal.
Abrams was awesome. Oh, snow speeder. What did I type in? I typed in snow space speeder. I hate search engines that do that shit. It's like your search engine. Listen, we got AI that can write a fucking movie right now, and your search engine can't handle a space
Right?
in between or a misspelled word.
There it is.
Okay, see what that says? Snow speeder there, guys? See what it says there? Here's what I typed in. Wait. I typed in snow speeder over here.
No, look how it's spelled.
What?
Go back to the picture.
I do this right here. Boom. It's the space. It's literally the space. Tim sends it to me and there's the space. Fucking stupid search engine. Stupid.
Yeah, what about you?
I still think my favorite is Empire. My next favorite after that, it's a little bit of a competition. I do like Revenge of the Sith a lot for the cinematography. It's a toss-up with me because I love the movies. I'm steeped in it. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But I'll be the first one to tell you, I think Lucas is a horrible dialogue writer. He's a phenomenal world creator
Yeah.
and storyteller. and visual guy, but as far as dialogue, his dialogue sucks.
Yeah.
You know, and even the cast used to tell him that. I think it was either Carrie Fisher or it was Harrison Ford. They said you can write this shit, but you can't say it. Talking about the scripts and how they were, you know, put together. And so one of the things for me is obviously A New Hope set the tone, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you don't have Harrison Ford, because he could take a line that sounds stupid, and with a little inflection and a little salve and a little flair, make it sound cool.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah.
But then you get to Empire, and Lucas was so wrapped up in keeping everything rolling that he turned over the directing to Irvin Kershner. And Kershner didn't stick with the script like strict with it. I mean, there's so many things, there's so many details. Like the scene where Luke is just got escaped from the Wampa out of the cave, and he's wandering, and he's got the, you know, his mask or his scarf that's supposed to be over his face to protect him, and like that. It's just hanging there, and it's this iconic scene where he's just kind of stumbling in the snow, and he finally collapses. Okay, well, they got hit with a blizzard where they were over there in, where it was Finland or Norway or something. I think it was Norway, and they got hit with a blizzard, and so it shut down production. Kershner says, "Get me a camera." They opened the back door of the hotel, sent Mark Hamill out around, and shot him through the back door of the hotel, him walking through the snow. That's the shot.
Really?
And they got it by him stumbling through the snow, coming back to the hotel.
That's adapt and overcome, man.
You're like,
yeah,
dude, you know?
That's cool.
And the original line in the script for Harrison Ford, when he's being frozen in carbonite, they shot it multiple times. The script said, "I love you," and Harrison, "I love you," or "I love you too." And it just wasn't working. Kershner wasn't feeling the pacing. He wasn't feeling right. It wasn't feeling right. And he goes, "Harrison, say what Han would say." And she goes, "I love you." And he goes, "I know." Iconic. And then you come to Return of the Jedi, right?
Yeah.
And they flip it. And he said she shoots somebody when he's not looking. He's trying to rewire the door to get it open on the base on Endor. And she ends up shooting somebody just before they get to him, and he goes, "Oh, I love you." She goes, "I know." It's perfect. It's perfect. That was one of the few times that it was ad-libbed in there, you know? But Kershner allowed enough of the flow of the film
right,
to adapt. And then, of course, you bring in Yoda, and Frank Oz is just a master, you know? It's like all of a sudden you got a Muppet, you know, you got this Muppet in there, you know, because Frank Oz was Jim Henson's right-hand man. They were tight. In fact, Lucas approached Henson to do the puppeteering, and he said, "I'm too busy with what I'm doing, but talk to Frank." And that's when Frank Oz came in and did Yoda. And when you get into the lore of it, and it's like the different dynamics. I think the first three movies, as Christian pointed out, the practical is the best. I think that's what we lost, is that he's saying it is, but it's a bomber technically. Okay, all right, it is a bomber. The Ventor is my favorite ship. The Olive got me for it. Can you send me a picture, Christian, of the
Venator?
Venator? Revenge of the Sith, easy. Yeah. It's not the best, but it's my favorite. You know, I love the again, if you take the movies from the dynamic of cinematography and you incorporate some of the backstory creativity in it.
That's what I liked about it, was the closure with the family lines.
Yeah.
That was
That's
cool.
why you liked the
liked
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Was
Oh, yeah.
coming full circle.
Yeah, I mean with Carrie, and that was her last movie.
Well,
Right
she was
before
she was
like at the beginning. She was alive at the beginning, right?
Nope.
Or that was all CGI.
That
or
was
she died
all
at the other
that
one?
was all her in those scenes was all stock footage from the previous two movies
Oh, okay.
that they repurposed. And so sometimes they had to just take her and digitally put her scene and then have another actor in the
Okay.
scene with her. But those are all, other than her being, there's a couple scenes where she's young,
Yeah.
when Luke's training her, right? Both of them are young and he's training her to be a Jedi too. Those scenes were shot with her daughter, who's also in the movie as her own character.
Oh, really?
So Carrie Fisher's daughter stood in for her, and then, you know, of course, had the dots, and then they digital over her face.
Right.
But yeah, the scenes of Carrie in the final movie are her repurposing footage from the other two movies. And now, a lot of people, yeah, she died during the Last Jedi filming. Her scenes were 90s. Yeah. Well, CGI from the standpoint of they took stock. They repurposed some of the things she filmed during the first two movies.
Okay.
They've talked about that. So the CGI was when she's younger or de-aged.
Yeah.
That was her daughter that stood in. But they tried to, and they asked for permission and everything. The thing that bothered me about the sequel trilogy was that that they never brought all four of them together at one time. That was one of the things that did bother me. They didn't bring Han, Leia, Luke, and Lando and Chewie, all five of them, back together as that core group for a final meeting. It was Han sees Leia, and then Leia's talking to Luke, and you know, it didn't have that. I wanted to see that reunion, even if at least for one scene in The Force Awakens.
Picture? That would be a picture of blow up on a poster.
Dude, it would have
be
been.
so cool.
It's like I don't know
that's
what they
why-
were thinking about that. And of course, they kill off Han, right?
Yep.
Right in Force Awakens.
Yep.
And then Carrie passes, and you're like, dude, you missed these opportunities to.
That's why I like the Maverick Top Gun. I love closure movies.
Dude, it was phenomenal.
With our age, right?
What
The
age
movies,
are you what age are you talking about?
the same age you are. So the movies we grew up with, right, that are just mega blockbusters. Now we have these new closure movies, and Top Gun to me, Maverick to me was 1,000 times better than Top Gun the original.
100%. I agree with you. 100%.
Just because it's the closure. Of
it
the
is,
whole
and
thing.
it was Val's last.
Outside of Val, I mean that's.
But I mean, they brought that all, and they had talks about bringing Kelly McGillis back in, and I like the direction that they took.
So do I.
You know.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful closure. You know, they're talking about a third one.
I'd go see it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, it was the top movie that year. It was
Yeah.
a huge movie.
Yeah.
You know, and it shows, and it wasn't a retread. You know what
No.
I'm saying?
No,
It
not
had
at
a
all.
great original line taken off of the original movie, and I loved it because here's this old, you know, Tom Cruise's character in there is phenomenal. It's like you're still the Maverick. You should have, and he says it. You should have been a admiral by now.
Yeah.
You know, and the only reason you're not booted out is because you got your guardian angel.
Right.
And then as soon as Val's dead, he's like, or Val's character, you know, Iceman's gone. He's like, yeah, you're done.
You're done. You're out.
You got your angel to protect you. So he steals a plane and goes, yeah, I'm still the man.
I'll show you.
Dude, I love that one. I'll throw that on. That's one of the ones I'll throw on. Some of the recent ones that I love that I'll throw on, there's like 5. If I don't throw on a Star Wars movie.
And we got to do a movie night and a
We
barbecue.
do. Dude, let's do it.
Yeah.
We should like plan it like once a month.
That would be cool.
Like a barbecue movie night, you know, once a month.
Especially with the movies now that you can buy that are in theaters, like we could show
Yeah.
We could show
You know what? I went and saw Project
Could
Hail
have saw
Mary.
Michael today, Christian.
Yeah. I went and saw Project Hail Mary with the kids, Vince and Mari, who were here earlier, and Bubby and grandson. They wanted to go see it. And we went and saw Project Hail Mary, and I had a couple people, like Larry was like, he didn't like it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was hilarious.
Which one?
Project Hail Mary.
Oh.
That's in theaters right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I like Ryan Gosling. I think dude, and Fall Guy, The Gray Man. I didn't
Gray
see
Man was
the Barbie one. on purpose.
No, I'm not going to see Barbie.
But Blade Runner 2049.
I didn't see that one either.
He was great in that, and there's a number of other ones because he's got that old school to me, like Mel Gibson type, Harrison Ford type of subtlety in his acting, where you get more out of his, out of something subtle.
Yeah.
With the camera close on him than you ever would with him trying to over dialogue it or overact it.
Right.
You get this that's what I love about some of these old school really good actors like a Gibson or I don't know what is going on behind the scenes with him, but even a Tom Hanks.
No, it's all Scientology.
But there's those guys that are. Brad Pitt does it too.
Hey, Mel Gibson's got the new Passion of the Christ
it's the sequel.
he's working on.
Yeah, the sequel.
Which is the Resurrection.
The Resurrection.
If it's as good as the first one,
dude.
Oh man.
And he went so hardcore on that.
Yeah.
I think Denzel's another one that I love. That's the subtlety and there's just his.
These are old school actors, man.
Old school actors that just have this.
Talent.
So
they have talent.
Talent on loan from God. But I love right now. There's like 4 or 5 of my go-tos. If there's nothing else going on and I need to throw a movie on if I'm not listening to music. Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
F1.
Yep.
The Brad Pitt one.
Christian got me hooked on that.
Dude, that movie's so incredible.
What was the other one, Christian, you had me watching?
Fury is one of my favorites.
Fury's
incredible.
Great. Any war movie, I'm hooked.
Incredible, dude. Incredible. And then I'd have to. Those are my top 3 go-tos that I'll throw in, and then Star Wars, of course. And I got to throw in Star Trek in there too. I got to have me a little Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home.
Gran Turismo.
I liked it, and I own it. But some of the photography threw me. It just.
Oh man.
Some of it where the photography got a little, I was like, dude.
I love that movie.
Older movie, but still two of my other favorites are phenomenal. Fight Club and Fifth Element.
Fight Club.
Fight Club and Fifth Element are phenomenal. Yeah, he put in there Gran Turismo. Oh, Hacksaw Ridge is, Hacksaw Ridge is phenomenal, but the problem for me with Hacksaw Ridge is it's such a slow build. It's great, and I love Gibson directed a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
But it's such a slow build before you get to the action. Few Good Men, We Were Soldiers. We Were Soldiers.
Yeah. And again, any war movie, dude, I'm hooked. I don't care. Tora, any of the old movies.
Right. Right.
Anything to do with Pearl Harbor, World War II, I am hooked.
Ford versus Ferrari is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love one of my favorite lines in there is, "I'll have some more of that, please." Yes, some more of that. And he's driving around. I love. Yeah, that's a great one. These are some great movies. Still, Saving Private Ryan still stands up solid. I like the other ones that I like that didn't have the more war authenticity dynamics. Is like the Big Red One and the Dirty Dozen and the Dirty Dozen Ride Again. And some of those ones that are like great, like MASH type, movies, but they're not the same as like a Saving Private Ryan or We Were Soldiers.
My father-in-law was the command sergeant major of the Big Red One.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Force 10 over Navarone?
That's a good one.
Harrison Ford, Robert Shaw.
The original one's really good. I like the newer one too, but.
Did they do a new one?
Yeah, well, not new, but.
No, the original 1978. Harrison Ford, Robert Shaw.
Yeah.
There's 2 other guys in there that are phenomenal. That's a great one to throw in.
Christian, what's the other one? What's the German one we like?
He's a big Andrew fan. That's Tim. Andrew. The Amazing Spider. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you this: the new Spider-Man series with the kid. The hell's his name?
Watch Christian go off about this guy. He does not like.
He doesn't like him. But I'll tell you what: when they brought Andrew is my favorite Spider-Man because he actually embodies the character of Spider-Man. Okay, all right.
Who was the psycho? The one you didn't like, Christian?
The new kid.
I think it was a new kid. No,
So-
it was the Flash. That's what it was.
The
guy.
Flash.
Yeah.
I actually liked the movie.
The character is good, but the guy himself is psycho.
I'll tell you what, I liked the Flash movie just because they brought back Keaton in this alternate dimension of Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah. So Tom Holland, I think they did a great job with him, but when they brought back all three of the
That was
Spider-Man,
crazy.
I freaking
Yeah.
loved it,
That
dude.
was- that
and you
was
had,
the
and you
best
had
one.
they got the Green Goblin to come back, and
Closure.
closure.
It's closure.
It was.
I'm
and,
telling you.
And Doc Ock got
Yeah.
to have closure.
Yep.
It wasn't Sandman got to have closure too. There's
Yeah.
a number of characters in there that, and what's his name's character?
The electricity guy.
Yeah. Trying to think of his name.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, they got to have closure in that. What's he say? The Flash is my favorite character, but they butchered the casting. You know what? And the funny thing is, it's interesting between the show, that was what, WB or the CW, whatever
I
it
didn't
was.
even watch it. He watched it.
So you had the whole series with Green Arrow, and then you had a spin-off. You had the Heroes of Tomorrow or whatever it was, and then you had the Flash that got involved in all of them. There was crossovers all the time. It was good, but at a certain point, they started to rehash the storylines.
This is why Christian needs to be sitting right here.
Dude,
he
where you
would
at?
go. He would go with you
All over the place.
non-stop. Anything Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah. Grant
He's
Gustin.
a crazy kid.
The CW, yeah. I thought they were good as far as you can do for a half an hour show, where you've got to, kind of you got to get the story out there, you got to develop the story, you got to have good things, and then you got to close it out.
Yeah.
You got to resolve it.
That's like the new Marshals with Taylor Sheridan.
Dude,
The only thing
he's only in cooperation with that. It's another studio
you can tell because it like you said, you have the quick build.
Yeah.
You have the resolution, then you have the close, all in one show. It's not like his other shows like Yellowstone.
Yeah.
But Beth and Rip, that's supposed to be really good. That's coming
It's
out
West
soon.
end of May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
I think is
Tim
gonna
says
be good.
formulaic. Yeah. Yeah, anything pop culture. I love pop culture. Season 1 through 3 is the best Flash seasons, and then they went, wait. Yeah, they do, because it becomes formulaic, and they don't know how to, it's got to be, it's just goofy,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I love the shows. In fact, I'm watching, I'm all caught up now, so now I have to wait for them to come out each week now, which is Fire Country and Sheriff Country.
I started watching Fire Country at the very beginning, but I ended up not watching it.
And I like it.
Really?
I got into it.
I like the story behind it.
Yeah, and but they'll do a one show that's kind of closed off, right? But then they'll do a story arc through through the next 3 episodes. It'll be a story arc.
I hate that.
But when you're binging,
Well, that's what
it's
that's what my
like
wife
it's like
and I
watching
do.
a movie.
We're dying to watch these
The next
series.
the cliffhanger.
Like
yeah.
we watch a lot of cooking shows like
Right.
Next Chef and Next Level Chef and all this stuff.
Okay.
Some of these I can watch, but we would rather sit there on the weekend. We
Yeah.
want to relax. We will lay in bed, turn on the TV in the bedroom, and binge watch
Right.
an entire season.
Well, that's
Just kind of veg.
I will. A lot of times, I have a habit of just skipping. You don't want to watch commercials. You don't want to watch anything.
Oh, she'll skip
But when
the
you're
commercials, yeah,
binge watching, I'll skip the recap, just on
Oh
purpose.
yeah.
But I find in a lot of these shows, what they put in the recap
It didn't air.
is going to be the points that they come into the recap. It may be from 5 episodes ago, 6 episodes ago. They're going to drop a clip in the recap from 5, 6 episodes, and now it's going to tie into the current episode. That arc is going to come back and tie in, and so there's times when I go, all right, I got to watch the recap real quick just to make sure I'm up to speed. But I like those shows that have that depth. You know, Yellowstone, that's not your typical TV series where you have that long drawn out, and we don't have to have these big resolves at the end of this. We can let this go 3-4 episodes before we resolve that arc of that thing. Did you watch Madison?
No, not yet.
Dude, I'm like, when's the next season coming out? When's this? Because that one's another straight Sheridan, you know, versus another studio coming in and partnering with him. And Landman is phenomenal, dude.
A lot of Landmans shot it at actually throughout Odessa. Like, I've been to Odessa. We had a few plants down there I had to go visit. It's exactly what you see
in the show. Yeah.
And it stinks.
Oh, yeah. The oil smell, just horrible.
Man. But, yeah, all that, you know, Landman is a great, great show.
Yeah. Christian's saying Flash has an amazing cast of rogues that were never utilized properly. Reverse Flash is all-time favorite villain, but they never went into why he was the way he was. Yeah. They missed the opportunity.
I'm telling you.
They missed the opportunity.
He would sit here and you guys could do a 4-hour podcast.
We know that DC is definitely had their huge missteps. Unlike Marvel had a 15-year run before they started really fucking things up, you know?
Yeah.
The last series watched, Dale's saying the last series we watched was The Ranch, Longmire, and Archer. Dude, Archer was a cartoon that I got into that was fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah, I Lana! Just, that was a hilarious one, dude. There was a short-lived one, or it was only a couple seasons with Christian Slater. It was like a cartoon. It was like the CIA or something like that. Or, no, it was called Conspiracy Theory or something like that. Whatever it was. But it was this like 2-season thing where they were behind the scenes, and Christian Slater was the guy that was working with the Illuminati and then against the Illuminati, and you're like, what? Yeah, it was crazy. All right, so we definitely the Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, may the 4th be with you, and revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th.
5th. It's like I gotta have a lisp in order to say that shit. That was my quote for the night was Obi-Wan Kenobi, may the Force be with you always. There's Christian, what do you watch? DC is best at animated because their animations and Marvel was the best before Disney. When Disney really started to take over creative control, they kind of fucked it up. Same with Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars, you know.
That was that weird time.
Where they just kept meddling too much.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? You know? And Star Wars, you know, Lucas really was starting to hit a good stride when he was doing the Clone Wars with Dave Filoni and all that animation.
Because I like Jar Jar Binks.
Did you?
I like Jar Jar Binks.
You know that Jar Jar was supposed to be a Sith Lord?
Really?
Look that up. They call him Darth Jar Jar. If you look it up, if you go on YouTube or something and you go type in Darth Jar Jar, you'll get page after page of people profiling. So
there you go, Christian. Look it up.
When you go back to, I know he's got to know about it. And Dale's saying, Jericho and Under the Dome.
The Dome is.
I haven't seen that one. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. But Darth Jar Jar. Well, Jar Jar Binks, when you go back and once you go, wait a minute, he was supposed to be a Sith Lord. He was the Phantom Menace. In the Phantom Menace, and nobody knew it. You think could it be, you know,
Darth Maul?
Darth Maul, or it could be Darth Sidious. You know, it's neither one of them. When you go to Jar Jar, okay, so when you realize, wait, he was the Sith Lord, and his martial arts was drunken martial arts. And if you realize in every scene where he looks like an absolute buffoon, everything he does turns out perfect.
Huh.
And he looks like an idiot doing it. And then there's scenes when you slow it down where he's force speaking through other people. It's real subtle, and Lucas had it in there, but where somebody's talking like this, and Jar Jar's off to the side, and if you don't catch it, because you're looking at the character that's actually speaking, but he's over here mouthing what their words are.
You know we're going to have to watch this now, right?
Dude, we're going to have to throw it on. What's he say? It started with my generation.
Laugh out loud, I know.
I know about it. It was a meme throughout school. Yeah. So, but they confirmed because of the backlash that Jar Jar got in the Phantom Menace, and the fans not thinking he was over the top, stupid, goofy character.
Yeah.
Lucas pivoted and jettisoned the whole idea.
That would have been pretty cool.
But he was supposed to embody that kind of Yoda, be goofy and playful, but then all of a sudden be the serious Jedi Master dynamic, but be on the dark side. And he was supposed to be the one that was behind the scenes, undermining things and yet perpetuating that stuff going on. Yeah, there's been a ton of stuff put out about Darth Jar Jar. And when you go back and rewatch the movie, you're like, holy shit. So,
hey, we need to pivot to Lone Star Ticks, man.
Dude, what are you hearing about? So tell me about your dad.
I didn't hear, like, when I talked to you, that was the first I heard about it. But I will tell you, my dad and I went deer shed hunting right at the first sign of snow melting, right, which is the best time to deer shed hunt.
Okay.
We're walking through the woods, and we're driving home, and I found a tick on my arm. I'm like, that's a tick, right? Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this is day one. All of a sudden, I look down, I got 2 more ticks on my leg. And these aren't tiny ticks. These are
big dudes.
Decent-sized ticks, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, 2. I said, Dad, we need to check for ticks, right?
Right.
So we get home. We found 11. Wow. I already had one attached to my back. My dad had one attached to his leg, right?
Dude.
We got rid of them. Then we went out turkey hunting. And we're right off of 59 down the road. And we're driving to another spot, and I look down, and there's 2 more ticks crawling on me.
Wow.
There are more
everywhere.
ticks out right now than I have ever seen.
And you know why? Because they're literally dropping them. I'm going to go to InfoWars news site. If you guys haven't gone there, it's alexjoneslive.com. And I haven't loaded it in this computer as a save thing, but I'm going to save it right now. Where's my bookmark at? There it is. Bookmark it right there. On the... we'll just do that. Okay. Done. Anyways, I'm over here looking. Here, first of all, here's what the tick looks, Lone Star tick looks like.
Yeah, that's exactly what a few of them were with the white dot.
Yeah, it's the white dot.
Because I came from Texas, so.
Yeah, it's a Lone Star tick because literally that white dot can go in the form of either a pentagram, like a 5-sided
mark,
or it can go out even further into a star where the points of it start to come out, and that's where that doesn't look like a circle, it looks like a star. That's why they got that dynamic there. But I'm going to go over here. No, I don't need that. Go away. You guys are seeing it. I'm looking up on the fly. But they've been talking about it. Alex was going to do a special report, but I wanted to see if they posted.
Oh, look at that. Ultramethylene red.
Dude, we got some of that.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. All right, I'll have to look it up. You have to look at our faces while I look it up. But they're dropping boxes of these from helicopters. They're dropping these little metal boxes of ticks with thousands of ticks in these boxes, and people are finding them. And I know that they'd played the video. I'm seeing if they'd posted it to the website. I may have to do a search here real quick. Let's see where I'm at. Over here.
I have never seen ticks this bad.
Dude, it's because they're doing it on purpose. And the thing is, they're doing it because of it's the alpha-gal disease, and that's what they call it, Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And they infected these on purpose on Plum Island off New York, and then they somehow escaped. And if you get bit by these ones that have the alpha gal, you become deathly allergic to red meat.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Like to beef, pork, lamb, venison.
Well, I can tell I didn't get bit by one that had that because I love my steaks.
Oh, of course, of course. But you get, it's crazy, dude. Let's see, Lonestar tick box is dropped. See if that works.
Oh, look at that! Missouri farmers reported finding boxes of
Snopes,
ticks.
though. I don't know if Snopes is. Let's see.
CDC. Oh God, yeah. There's a trusted site.
Yeah, Facebook.
XCOM.
Yeah. See what it says. What a surprise, Bill Gates. I'll let you guys see what I'm reading.
GMO modified Lonestar ticks that
Yeah.
are being dropped on American farms that cause a meat allergy that kills anyone who eats beef after being bitten. Well, I didn't get bit by one.
Either become deathly sick or you die. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. You know how they have a huge problem with the pythons down in Florida?
Oh yeah.
Guess what's taking them out right now? Hundreds of ticks. They're finding dead pythons that are covered in ticks and dead.
So if you see a possum, don't kill it. Possums eat their weight in ticks.
Do they? So we got to start raising some possums and let them go on our
they eat their weight in ticks. They
destroy
destroy ticks.
All right, possums have become my new buddy, because I cancel that assignment over my life. And if you guys see these ticks right here, kill them immediately. Kill him now.
Kill him.
I kill you. Let's see what it says over here. Oh, that's just the images. So you can see the different.
They all have some type of white mark on the back. So a regular deer tick doesn't have that mark. So
Correct.
Like that one all the way at the right.
That one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's got white on it.
So-
that's a male and female. Okay.
All right. So see how this one is that it
Yeah.
starts to become five-sided.
Yep.
That's why they like to call it the Lonestar. Look at how small.
That's about how big they were. There were some smaller ones, but that's about how big they were. They weren't bloated like that grape-looking one.
Yeah,
right there.
that one's fucking wild.
But yeah,
But look at that map right there.
yeah, I believe it.
That's where they're going.
I mean, that makes sense, man. Because I'm telling you, the
But they're
ticks,
exploding. They're exploding abnormally. There's
No,
There's no way that this is a normal explosion of these ticks.
Not with as many possums around here in Michigan.
No. This is it's like, do we need to start possum farming or something like that? You know?
So I mean, these ticks attached to deer, do they infect the deer? And if we shoot the deer, I mean, that could be some serious consequences.
Yeah, I don't know.
They attach themselves to turkeys. If I shoot a turkey and it's infected and I eat it,
Yeah, what's up? How would that work?
I don't know.
But so that's the funny dynamic of things like if we eat the bug protein that Gates wants us to eat, okay, it's got chitin in it, which is a cancer causing from the shells and from the other stuff, okay, and it's a cancer dynamic or cancer causing agent. But if our chickens and our other fowl, you know, ducks and geese and everything like that, they'll all eat the bugs, right? And that doesn't transfer to us. The chitin, their body processes it and goes. Same with other, you know, flocks and herds that'll eat stuff that we can't eat, we can't digest properly.
Right.
They'll eat it and digest it properly, then we eat the meat. So I wonder, yeah, that's a concern. Is it, you know, you got a turkey with a bunch of ticks on it, you know? But I think these ticks are, like I said, the pythons are covered in them, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's like, how long would they last? Would they already be sickly within a few days and you would know?
I'd probably say a few days, but if you get a few behind the scales, they're just going to feed and feed and feed until that thing's dead, and then they're just going to pop off.
Yeah.
Go lay their eggs because
Right.
they end up as big as that grape-looking one.
Yeah.
I've seen ticks on some deer down in Texas that literally look like grapes. They're huge. Wow. Yeah. So
Did you torch them off?
no, there's too many of them.
Oh, on those type of deers?
Yeah.
They're just covered. That's what I mean. Was when you see them covered, you're like, I'm out.
I wouldn't even. You can
Yeah.
and you can spot them through a scope with no problem.
So there, what's being reported out there is that these ticks are being dropped in boxes.
I want to see what the boxes look like. If somebody recovered the boxes so people could know what they
There
look
was
like.
some stuff. Look at this. This is from Newsweek, which is not a conspiracy
Released
theory thing.
weaponized ticks to help spread of Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And that's Newsweek.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pentagon may have released weaponized ticks to help spread Lyme disease. Investigation order. Last week, the U.S. House of Representatives quietly passed a bill requiring the Inspector General of the Department of Defense to conduct a review into whether the Pentagon experiment with ticks and other blood-sucking insects for use as biological weapons between 1950 and 1975. If the Inspector General finds that such experiments occurred, they did, then according to the bill, they must provide the House and Senate Armed Services Committees with a report on the scope of the research and whether the ticks or insects used. Dude, you had Bill Gates releasing freaking mosquitoes into auditoriums, talking about how they were going to weaponize, or they were going to have these mosquitoes have vaccines in them.
So
This motherfucker's been doing it for years.
Here's another thought. You heard about the ship, right? That's stranded. They're actually stopping it. It's right off the coast of Africa.
Okay.
It's a cruise ship. 5 people are already dead. 3 are in ICU. Multiple other ones are sick, and they're saying it has the Black Plague virus right now. And it's funny that it's off the coast of Africa that this happened. So then not reporters, but I'm assuming like a CDC or something went there, and they said that the ship, the reason why everybody's sick is because it's infested with the rats and the mice that came from the last port. Where was the last port?
They're saying hantavirus.
Yeah.
So this is 2 hours ago from News for Jax. Inside the cruise ship at the center of the rare hantavirus outbreak.
That's the plague.
Yeah. Footage obtained by the Associated Press of a cruise ship at the center of the rare virus outbreak shows deserted decks, gathering areas, medical teams in protective gear, and still landscape ahead as the vessel and its nearly 100 fishing passengers and crew wait for another day off the coast of West Africa. 3 passengers have died, and at least 4 people have been sick in what health officials are saying is an outbreak of hantavirus, which usually spreads by inhaling contaminated rodent droppings. That's tasty. The company that operates the vessel, currently anchored in the Atlantic off Cape Verde, said that the plans to move to the Spain's Canary Islands once the 3 people have been medically evacuated and put on specially equipped planes to the Netherlands. Dude. Our days have been close to normal, just waiting for the authorities to find a solution.
So you can find videos of people doing posts online. It's not, days are not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
You got people dropping dead and getting sick.
Yeah.
Just from inhaling rat shit. Wild.
The hantavirus.
The hantavirus. So we got Lonestar ticks. We got
gas.
Dude, gas prices.
So, coming back, I just got back from moving my wife from
Right.
San Antonio. My bride's back with me, which
Yeah, it's good
God,
stuff.
She's back with me.
Yeah.
So outside the rental of the U-Haul, so we rented a 26-foot U-Haul and a 12-foot trailer to move the house that my dad and I drove back in 26 hours straight through from San Antonio to Michigan.
You crazy fucker.
My gas bill,
Yeah.
easily $2,100.
Wow, dude.
$2,100. It
21.
was. It was about average of about $220 every fill up.
What were some? Right now we're at 5 here in Michigan. What was the highest and lowest that you saw coming from Texas?
Texas was the cheapest by far.
Of course, they got the refineries down there.
Yeah. Texas was about about 340 when we left.
Okay.
By the time we got to Illinois and Indiana, it was $5 a gallon. Yeah, it sucked, man.
Dude, and you're driving up.
A gas hog.
A gas
I mean, this
hog
thing
at-
was guzzling. It was an F-150, right? So it's taking regular gas. Good thing it wasn't diesel, because it probably would have been $7-8 a gallon by the time we got up here.
Which always boggles me. It boggles me, pisses me off, because diesel is the easiest to refine out of all of the.
Well, everybody switched to diesel, and then we went through the last big meltdown.
Yeah.
And diesel and gas flip-flop. Diesel's the cheapest one to make. It's the byproduct of gas.
Some sweet crude, you can pull it right out of the ground and put it through a coffee filter and put it in your tank, dude. It's the reason why they have biodiesel.
Yeah.
It's because biodiesel is literally you take oil from the fast food joint, run it through a filter.
Yeah.
My cousins started running their trucks. This was years and years ago when it really started to take off, doing the biofuels. They would go, and they hauled water predominantly. They would fill up swimming pools or do other things with, that's what their tankers did. And they started doing the biofuels, and they had to switch filters because the biofuel, and they had a simple machine, and they would dump it in, and then it would go through and it would filter out any, if it's cooking oil,
Right.
you don't want to have chunks of breading from your chicken nuggets in there. So they had to, filter it a little, but then they would dump it into their trucks. Trucks drove gorgeous, great, just beautiful fuel. But it was so clean, it would eat the the filters.
Really?
The fuel filters. They would eat them. So they had to switch from paper to a different type of filter because it was so clean that it was like dissolving the paper in there. Not catching stuff, because there was nothing to catch. They had to switch it up. Tim was saying that the word I was looking for earlier was carcinogen. Didn't I say it like that, or I said?
I don't remember.
Yeah, carcinogen is the cancer-causing thing. And
505
then he says,
to 589.
yeah, in Oregon, which is, a blue state as far as that goes. You know what, Dale? I don't know why Bill Gates still breathes. Christian said he's heading off to get some sleep tonight. Thanks, Christian. You had some great feedback in there. Appreciate you. Yeah,
Later, buddy.
Bill Gates is wanted in multiple countries for crimes against humanity. Same with George Soros. Somebody arrest this motherfucker, put him on trial.
yeah.
He needs a Nuremberg-style trial. We did it with Milosevic. Why can't we do it with this guy doing war crimes against people?
Him and Fauci, both of them two idiots.
Well, and that's a good thing as far as Fauci, his right-hand man, is under indictment now. We'll see where this goes, but at least he's indicted.
Right.
I mean, it's a step in the right direction.
Somebody's going to turn a stone over somewhere.
Dude, we got to do something. And reportedly, I have some disagreements right now, heavy with the president, but reportedly he's still screaming behind the scenes that he wants arrests, and that's part of Pam Bondi's exit, was that he just got tired of telling her, I want arrests, I want indictments, I want this. And so surprisingly, Todd Blanche is actually making arrests, which he's by many people considered to be quite the deep stater, and was a Democrat and opposed to a lot of stuff. So we'll see. If we don't do something and the midterms go the way of the Democrats, there's going to be impeachments and all sorts of. I mean, look what they did inventing Jan 6. The way that they the way they invented that whole thing, had cameras there, and we're periodically talking about InfoWars. I mean, that was a show trial. They said he didn't give enough information, so we're going to default judgment. Now we're going to have a trial on how guilty you are and how much money you pay. And they levied out a $2.7 billion verdict. That's like, you go down the list, I think it's like there's only 4 countries or 5 countries that have a GDP above that. And you're gonna say this guy owes $2.7 billion? It's like, what are you fucking talking about? It's so ridiculous. We talked a little bit about music. Let's end up with sports. Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
So you're originally from Michigan.
Originally from Michigan.
Were you in Michigan until you went into the military?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you end up in Texas, and you start to fall in love with that culture down there.
Yes.
So obviously football is the biggest
Football is a different animal
down there.
Than it is here.
Yeah.
I remember when Christian.
What was it, like Friday Night Lights type of deals, the movie
Worse.
and the TV show?
Worse.
Yeah.
Like literally these high school stadiums look like college stadiums up here.
Okay.
They're massive.
Huge.
Yeah, I mean they could seat 40,000 people with no
And what
problem.
size of a school would that be? What's
It's a
the
Division
student body?
I.
No, I mean what's with the student body?
1,000?
So the same size schools
Same size schools.
that we have up here.
But they pour everything into football.
Yeah.
Everything goes to football.
Well, that's why we get so many of our NFL draft picks and stuff like that from. Well, it's amazing when I watch a college football or I watch NFL, how many of the guys come out of Texas, Oklahoma, and that surrounding area right there.
Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
Christian was, so when we moved down there, I moved the family down when Christian was getting to be a senior. He comes home after registering. He said, "Dad, I'm going to try out for football." I looked at him and I said, "Look, kid, I will never stop you at what you want to do, and especially any sport.
Right.
I am a sports nut as
Right.
far as participating."
Right.
I said, "But these Texas boys are born and bred for one thing and one thing only. You weigh 115, 20 pounds. You're 6'4". You weigh 115, 120 pounds. These
Yeah.
guys are 6 foot, weighing 300 pounds on your offensive line. They will snap you in half." I'm going to say no.
Right.
You can't.
Even as a safety or a wide receiver, that
No.
you have to put
Had
on
he-
another
had he
40,
been playing up
another
here-
40 pounds.
Yeah, had he been playing in Fowlerville,
Yeah.
when he was going to high school in Fowlerville, I'd have been, do it. Go for it, dude.
Right.
But now, just to walk in and I'm going to do this. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't let you do
It makes
that.
me think of Rocky when he goes, I'm gonna fight. I want to fight him. He's like, I had 10 title defenses. He's like, that was easy. They was handpicked.
Yeah.
He's like, setups. He's like, no, they wasn't setups, but they wasn't killers like this guy.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, yeah.
They're killers, man. It's we went to every home game at UT for the past probably 4 years. I had friends that were alumni.
Okay. Good seats.
Oh yeah, I was
Gorgeous.
sitting. We were so my one buddy, he had 4 season tickets. He graduated in '87, had 4 season tickets, got divorced, got awarded the 4 season tickets in his divorce, and he's like, I don't want them, and I got hooked up through him through another buddy,
Okay.
who was an alum, and he said, hey, he'll sell you 2 of his tickets. So every home game we were at, every home game,
Wow.
we traveled,
Wow.
every game.
Weren't they in the final?
Yeah, we went to the final. We went to one of the playoff games.
Oh, nice.
It's a different atmosphere, which is good here. Don't get me wrong. U of M, State, they have good atmosphere.
Right.
But Texas is a religion.
It's a religion.
Football is a religion in Texas.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And they are.
And you said I wanted to look that. What was the team you told me? They had a hockey team other than the
San Antonio Rampage. Man. But we got to meet. We got to meet Demo. My wife got to meet and get his autograph, Bajan Robinson, when he was playing for Texas. Her shirt was his NIL jersey, and that was the only autograph he gave that day was to my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, see, there it is right there. San Antonio Rampage.
San Antonio Rampage. I'm looking this up, guys.
2020, the franchise was sold to the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights were actually the Rampage.
No,
6
see,
years ago.
so they were in the American Hockey League,
Oh,
the
okay.
AHL. So the AHL and a bunch of the other ones, they're the farm teams for the NHL.
Oh, so like the minor league?
They're their minor league teams, but that's where you get, it's like your baseball with your.
You get called up.
You get called up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so that's where they send they'll draft a guy, and then they'll send him to their, like this one says, the Spurs bought the Adirondack Red Wings franchise and moved him to San Antonio,
okay.
partnering with and some of these teams will own, they'll own 2 or 3. Like the teams will like it says right there that they'll partnering with the Florida Panthers. They'll have the rights to the guy that's playing on the team from the separate teams. They have that guy under contract, that guy under contract, that guy under contract. But they'll pool all of their prospects into one team.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so they'll have a bunch of guys if they don't have enough of a pool to do that. But dude, I didn't know that they had that.
But back to my point, you
Yeah.
have a hockey team in San Antonio, Texas. Mexicans don't care about hockey.
You don't think so?
They don't.
Give a
That's
shit.
why they went no.
What is ice, man?
But
we don't
basketball.
need no ice.
Oh,
Basketball.
Basketball is a madhouse.
All right, so football's huge, basketball's huge, but how big is soccer? Because that's huge throughout Central and South America.
Soccer's huge.
Is it huge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in high schools and grade schools. And
Okay.
They're
Is that
all over. Gorgeous
What
fields,
about
too.
baseball?
Baseball's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Not as big as football.
Okay.
But you can tell the high school. So when you look at whether it's like when my wife went to Ellison up in Killeen, you look at all these high schools, Judson, Northern Texas high schools are all really football. Southern, there's
Okay.
a lot of baseball, and they've got gorgeous baseball diamonds. They look like minor league
Yeah.
baseball diamonds. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Some of the high schools that were close, north side of San Antonio, they had their own stadium. Like a stadium, like
For
a
high school.
minor league for high school.
Yeah. And when do they start playing? I mean, these kids got to start playing at
They're
second,
practicing.
third, fourth grade.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're already looking at them, seeing where they're at.
Like I said, they're bred for sports, man.
Wow.
Texas is a different beast. They spit out a lot of good players.
Where were we at? Where was I at the other day? Oh, we were my grandson's birthday party, little Roman, his 5th birthday party. We were over here at Aubrey's, and it was from 1 to 4, so it was the middle of the day. There was nothing on, and they had the girls softball on. And I'm not a big tune in to watch the girls softball, but I always, whenever it's on and it's in the background, I pay attention because those girls are badass. The female softballs, and they'll get that the way that they pitch and they slap their hip as they release the ball, and they'll get that. They build up a callus and a bruise.
Yeah, I did
on
have a
there
softball player.
because they, the way that they're doing it, and it's like your rotator cuff's got to be just perfectly oiled to do that swing around and let the ball go.
UT won the national championship last
That's
year.
that's what
girls
it
softball.
was. Both teams were Southern teams that I was watching.
I think it was Oklahoma.
In fact, it was UT that it was on the screen.
Yeah.
Saturday game.
That was
I don't know if it was a
girls'
recap or it seemed like it was going in live time, but I couldn't tell you that because
Right.
it wasn't my main focus.
One of my buddies, his nephew just got signed and got a full ride scholarship to UT for baseball.
Okay.
He's going for the majors now.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good, Jordan. I can't think of his last name.
What's he play?
Center. And normally he's a power hitter.
Is he? Just knocking that out.
Oh yeah.
I didn't check our scores tonight to see where the Tigers were, but they were bad
They were
when we started.
losing.
When we started the show, they were like 10-2 or something like that.
It was bad.
It was bad.
love
Dude,
my Tigers.
we went to the Saturday's game,
Oh,
And-
we won too.
Dude, 5-1, but all of the Tigers runs came in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
And then it was just grinded out after
Yeah,
that.
how much grief I caught down in Texas wearing my Tigers stuff.
Did you?
I won't I like the Detroit Lions, but I'm a Houston Texans fan. And I've been a Houston Texans fan since 2000, actually 99 when they said, "Houston, we're giving you a team."
Right.
And, you know, I've been a Houston Texans fan ever since.
Okay.
But Detroit Tigers will always be my baseball team. And I got glared at and looked at and commented on because I have all kind of jerseys and hats.
Right.
When it's baseball team,
Yeah.
when it's baseball time, oh, my team's, you're going to know what team I'm voting for.
Sorry, Tim's blowing up over there that I got to look at his messenger for some reason.
But yeah, it's definitely sports is different, you know, down
Yeah.
in Texas, man. Of course, music scenes. You know, the big thing
That's
down
what
in Texas
Yeah.
is I don't want to say cover bands. They're not cover bands. They're tribute bands. And Lynn and I would religiously follow one of the Journey
Okay.
tribute bands down in Texas. They're from Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
The lead singer sounded just like Joe Perry.
Right.
Identical. I mean, you couldn't, other than looking at him, you knew he wasn't him.
Right.
That was a huge thing, whether it's ZZ Top, there's cover bands, and you can make a comfortable living
Yeah.
as a good
As a
tribute
good cover,
band.
tribute band.
Yeah,
Because they're selling out.
all over the place.
One of my newer bands, because I'm a lot of the new stuff doesn't impress me a lot. That's why you get these great cover bands. You ever heard of Blacktop Mojo? They're from Texas. Mm-hmm. Dude, phenomenal.
There's quite
And
a
I
few.
came across those guys because I was looking up In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins, and it popped up, and it was them at one of the breweries down in Texas with a 3-story factory. You know, they had this huge high ceiling.
Yeah.
And he's in there with this guitar player. They were over there, they were just hanging out, sampling the beer.
Oh, yeah.
At the brewery.
Yeah.
And somebody pulled out a phone. It's a phone recording. And
Sounds
and the
phenomenal.
guitar player just starts, watched the video?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I can feel it coming in.
And the
And you're just
reverb,
like, dude.
the natural reverb and the
And
steel
then,
and
and then
concrete.
the drummer just grabs the sticks out of his back pocket at the drum part, and he goes,
Yeah.
and just beats on the floor. I'm like, dude. And everybody there, you could feel they were electric. The guys were just, whether it was, you know, everybody
It was
standing there
magic.
watching it.
It was magic.
And I was like, all right, I got to check these guys out. And I started listening to the rest of their albums. And I'm like,
There's some other, I mean, there's
dude.
some, Texas has some really good red dirt country southern rock music bands like Treaty Oak Revival,
right.
Red Stray Clays.
Did you ever listen to Ian Moore? I have to get it to you.
Okay.
Ian Moore, Modern Day Folklore, the entire album is incredible.
Really?
You may have heard the song Muddy Jesus.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's, what's he say? Jesus close, ramshackle sack with a fat New Orleans junkie. Charismatic cholo, so some side was born plain lucky.
You can tell
Walks
it's
the
Texas
streets.
said Cholo.
Yeah, he's like, walks the streets of Juarez in his low cut, or drives the streets of in his low cut El Dorado. Trying to get to the chorus. Mother Mary said your time has come, for the river's wide but can be fought in one. Damn, it's a great. Once you hear it, dude, that's the first, because I heard that on the radio, and it didn't. I don't know how high it charted, but after it charted, I was like, dude, I got to find this, and I did. So Tim's showing me this this stadium here, the Ego Stadium. And he's saying, what's he saying? The largest, which serves as home field for only one high school, and the cost of completing it just under 60 million has 18,000 seats. So I'm assuming that's what he sent us. That's one high school football field up there in Oregon.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, we can play that.
We can jam that out, right? We can jam that out. Yeah, sports is. I like sports. We say, Dale says tigers and mud hens.
Yeah, mud hens.
We say Bovey is talking about Aubrey's is a tranny restaurant. You know, they did host the trannies a number of years ago, and I refused to go multiple times. What did you say? 5,200 students in grades 9 through 12, and that's Allen, Texas. That's what he's saying. Eagle Stadium.
Whew.
Yeah. No, it's Texas, Allen, Texas.
There you go.
Because it's Tim Allen, so he's going with the Allen thing.
5,200 students. Holy cow.
Yeah. That's wild.
Wow.
That's crazy. All right, Scott, we have burnt the midnight oil.
Yeah, buddy.
You got to work. Appreciate you sitting down with me. We
Thanks
should
for
have
the
the
combo.
regular
It was fun.
cast, huh?
Thanks for the combo. It
I
was
might
fun.
not be able to keep you behind the booth over there from now on, dude.
I'll leave the political stuff to you. I'll throat punch too many people.
I'll leave it to Larry. How about that?
I'll reach through the screen and punch too many people.
But this is, you know, when I started the show, this is what I like to do. Just what we did right now.
Yeah.
Just this having a good conversation. I'll pick topics and stuff like that, but I like to have this nice flow of a conversation, you know? Because I'll do this, we've done it, downstairs with no cameras.
Right,
It's the same dynamic of sitting there, having a conversation with each other and just talking, and you realize, yeah, somebody else might want to hear this, you know?
I realize how fat I look.
That's barrel chested, bro. Just go with it. Just go with it. I know. I think sometimes I go, oh my God. And then I go, oh wait, I was just slouching.
Yeah, I'm just slouching.
I'm just slouching.
I just tell my wife that. I'm just slouching.
Just slouching.
And why are your shirts getting bigger?
We have band practice tomorrow. Pick a good
Yeah,
color.
buddy.
Pick a good color and give me a signature, sir.
Pick a good color. Let's do, oh, that's cool.
It's a dark one.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, buddy.
Give me your final thoughts, my friend.
I really don't have too many final thoughts.
Well, you're here in Michigan now. You're getting settled.
Yeah.
You just got Lynn back up here. You got the rest of your clothes and
Yeah, I got
furniture
all my
and all that
stuff.
stuff. So
Yeah.
what's
Got all my guns back.
there you go.
Got all my guns.
There you go.
Got all my cowboy hats back. Got all my guitars back. Of course, I only brought one back because I took them all with me when I
Of course.
came up.
Priorities, bro. Priorities.
No, I'm excited to be back. I did miss Michigan. I do love Michigan.
Yeah.
I might not like the current leadership that is in
Now don't get political on
office
me
out
now.
there,
Don't get political on me.
but I always have loved Michigan, and I'm glad to be back. I'm a big avid hunter and fisherman.
Right.
And I've been out. I got my kayak, my tournament kayak going, and I'm
Right.
now a member of the Michigan Bass Fishermen.
Nice.
So,
So I want to go fishing with you, bass fishing.
I got a perfect spot.
but-
We'd kill them.
All right, let's do it. But we need to scope out where we can go in the lower peninsula here and do some trout fishing
Oh, I already know where to go.
versus going to the UP where I'd ideally like to go, but that's an 8.5 hour trip. I want to find some places down
3
here.
hours away, buddy.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah,
Because I love, you talking boat or you talking stream?
stream.
Because I'm a stream guy.
Stream. I'm a stream guy too.
Yeah, yeah.
I love my kayak because I can go on the streams.
Right.
But
I put my chest waders
prefer-
on and
yep,
just walk, dude.
exactly.
Just walk the river.
And I got all my fly rods back too. So
Nice.
I'm ready to go.
Nice.
But no, thanks for the invite.
Dude, thanks for you. I would have been sitting here by myself just trying to catch up on chat.
And if any of my friends are watching from Texas that I invited, I love
Yeah.
you guys. I miss you too.
Hit the thumbs up.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up and keep following the podcast with This Is My Brain. Jeremy's a great host. He has a lot of great content that comes on, and yeah, let's just keep moving forward
Yeah.
and keep an eye out for the band stuff because that's coming.
I need, over the next few weeks, we need to do a couple of these new songs.
We'll get them. We're going to start teasing them. Trust me.
Dude.
I'm already set on
Yeah.
Instagram. I have the Instagram set. We're going to start doing some recordings. You're going to meet the band.
Yeah.
Each individual guy, you're going to hear stories about
That's
their
what we need.
music life, their stuff, you
Yeah.
know, what they do. I want a better understanding of us as a band.
Right.
And then I will be putting teasers in, like the most recent song we started working on off Just a Whim.
Dude.
I think is going to be absolutely
cool, wasn't it?
killer. But you're going to see little teasers, and then the build-up is going to be
Yeah.
the release of the new
Yeah,
material.
we're going to potentially do some photos this week of...
Got the camera set, got the gimbal coming. I have the
Right.
tripod, I have the timer.
Yeah.
Everything's set, man. So
Yeah.
we're rocking forward.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing green. Just sign it like a Trump, do the big things. I've gotten used to signing it pretty big like that, since that's my stack over there of shows.
Nice. Yeah.
But thank you all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate my friend Scott, band member. We're hanging out quite a bit, other than when you got to go to Texas to bring back half your life.
I don't have to do that anymore.
You don't have to do that anymore.
I
I'm
never
like,
have to
dude.
go back there.
I was like, "Are you back yet? Where are you at? How's your drive going? What's going on, buddy? What's up? What's up?" But yeah, it's the band. I'm excited about that. And then there's other stuff. You got a lot of photography and everything you're talking about. It's what we need, that dynamic and
We got merch coming too.
merch. Yeah,
merch
dude,
coming.
yeah. And I got to tap into it too. I'd love to have some tumblers with "This Is My Brain."
I'll send you when
know
we
what I'm
get
saying?
done. I'll show you her page.
Some pretty cool stuff. But thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. We did pretty good, about 3 hours and 15 minutes on the show. It's showing over there. So like, share, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, we got some good. Oh, you're voting too often. My bad. My bad. But thank you guys. Thank Bowie for. It was Bowie, wasn't it? $25.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.
Love in Israel. Appreciate the super chats there, buddy. That's it. It was a good show. Catch you guys. We actually have a special show on Friday. We're doing a Friday night. What do we call Friday nights? We call Saturday night specials, Sunday night conversations. Anyways, we're interviewing a guy that's running for, he's conservative, but he's running for UAW president. So, yeah.
Got work cut out for him in that one.
Well, it's part of the Union Workers for Trump, UAW
Good.
Workers for Trump.
Good.
So it's that dynamic.
'Cause I used to get pissed when they took my money when I was a Teamster.
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, we're going to put." No, you're not. I had to start signing things like I'm not
doing
contributing.
This. Right. No, the Alex Jones link is still the same because the store is the same. So if you want to support the show other than super chats, go to thealexjonesstore.com/This Is My Brain and get some great products. We take, Scott and I both take methylene red, take methylene blue. What else do you take? Those are your two main ones.
Those are the two main ones. I mean, I still take some herb supplements.
From there?
Not from there.
oh,
I'm
different-
getting them. They haven't arrived
Okay.
yet.
I take turmeric gummies, and I take the Shilajit gummies.
The Shilajit is the one I have coming.
Okay, and I ended up getting the collagen. What is the collagen?
Collagen.
Is that it? Not the colostrum, not that one.
No,
but the
collagen.
Yeah. They're green gummies. I just take them. You look them up and you don't have to think about it. So
True.
It's good stuff. All right, guys. Catch you on Friday for a good interview. This was a great conversation tonight, and I appreciate Scott. Thank you, guys. Later.
This is my brain.
Dad, that's an egg.
Yeah, that's an egg.
Honey,
Dude.
that's an egg.
Seriously.
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
That's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
It's just an egg. Una cerveza para mí.
My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crepes.
Have some bacon and pancakes with that egg.
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large, brown, cage-free eggs.
Can I have your brain with cakes?
A little sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they gotta be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?
Maybe.
Are they vegan?
No, I eat steak.
Never apologize and never explain.
Never apologize.
Never apologize and never explain.